actually like a religious fanatic, like converting.
I know.
I have converted a fair few people in the
He
Midwest.
has. He's like Sharp's
Have you heard of
biggest
Sharp?
influencer
30 to 60
currently.
people at least.
Yeah.
40. Welcome to Juggz. Are we in? We're in. Okay. Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone on the internet. And welcome to Juggz, where we are doing a rare is it Sunday?
It is a rare
Happy
Sunday.
Sunday. Yeah, we're doing a rare. Wait, who was that? Oh, shoot. We have a guest. We have
Valbjorn.
Mr. Valbjorn.
Mr. Sir, how do we
Oh yeah,
title
what's
before?
your? Are you revealing your
I think
real
that's up
name?
to you guys.
I'm going to call him Mr. Valbjorn.
I've
Valbjorn.
been saying Mr. Valbjorn
If you say
as
his
well.
true name, then we get to control
I like
it. right?
Mr. Valbjorn. Let's go with
Mr.
that.
Valbjorn.
Have you ever told the internet your real name, or is it like a Batman?
Nah, not a Batman.
Really?
Yeah, Jason.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's
I
ruined it.
didn't
You've
want to
ruined
say
it.
not as cool as Valbjorn, but
Definitely not as cool as
The
that.
name of the Red Ranger, so arguably the coolest name.
I know some cool
Is that so?
Jasons.
Yeah, Tommy was the Green
Well, you
Ranger.
know one more now.
Oh, there you go. There's this thing about what you associate with people's names. Like, I would never call someone a Sarah because every Sarah I know is terrible. I don't know any terrible Sarahs.
you have said that.
Yeah. Like what names you associate with people who are just bad people. Jason's a good one.
Yeah, I
know,
agree.
I
I
know
agree.
only really nice Jasons.
And you are a phenomenal human being.
Aw.
That's true.
So thank you for being here.
Thank you for being here. And you are over here from America.
Oh yeah,
That's
what you
right.
doing here? What you?
Why would you make that journey?
I've
across
traveled
the
from
sands?
faraway lands to teach
Yeah.
my sculpting techniques.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And thank you to the lovely host that is TSN Arena and Rogue Hobbies and this lovely man who I've just watched scramble around setting up all this gear for the last hour.
Sweating.
Oh,
We
Rob,
call
I'm
him-
so sorry. You should have called me upstairs. I would have helped you.
That's okay.
I mean, I
Don't
help
worry,
by
I-
watching. I help by watching. But we're going to call him Throb at 99 now because
I don't love
hate
that.
that.
word,
I love
dude.
Throbber.
Throbber is actually quite good.
Well, I'm really excited to find out more about your sculpting classes and what you've been doing.
And
because
how
that's
you
gonna be
get
cool.
your hair so nice.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And
Yeah, I need those tips.
Yeah, me too.
Lots of head banging.
Really?
Lots of head banging.
Oh, I guess it does get the blood rushing to the what's
Yeah,
it
you
called? The
know.
follicles.
Yeah.
Is that- maybe that's what I never did any headbanging. This is what happens,
Go.
kids.
None of
if
the
you
blood
don't
went to
headbang.
your follicles.
No,
No follicle
they just
blood.
travelled down.
I don't know if that's
like a
how that
really
works.
long
To
cast.
where?
Yeah,
Just
where's that
one
blood going?
Long tail hair.
I just
One extremely long
Big
anus
beard.
hair. Anyway.
So we're going to catch up with everyone and see what everyone's been up to. Is how we'll start today's show. Louise, you okay? How's things?
Are we starting with me?
We have to start with you properly. It was just a quick hello and how are you?
Hello, I'm
We'll
alright.
We'll start with Reginald P. Valbjorn after.
Reginald P. Valbjorn is great. Reginald J.
You-
Valbjorn.
Mr. Reginald P.
Yeah,
Valbjorn.
Mr.
Reginald J. Valbjorn.
Have you been doing okay?
Yeah, I've been doing okay.
Yeah.
I'm real sleepy right now because I went for a big swam earlier.
Oh,
Nice.
yes, of course, you swim swimming
yeah,
nowadays.
yeah.
aren't you?
I'm
lots of
swim
swimming.
swamming.
How is that going? I've heard potentially you get free hot chocolates.
Oh, shut up. So my gym, because they're very smart gym people, have been like, we can gamify people using our gym. So if I go for 3 days, I get a free hot chocolate.
Oh, that's good.
Or I get there's other things that I could get, which are probably more worth it, but I really like my
And then
free
you put on
hot
those
chocolate.
calories, so you have to go to the gym again.
Oh my God, you're right. It'll go
These
straight
guys
to
are
my thighs, and then I have to go back. Okay, so
Yeah.
toxic, Peachy.
Yeah.
I know,
That's
Pete.
so toxic.
What the hell? You wouldn't catch this attitude
Moment
in
on the
Red
lips,
Sonja.
lifetime on the
Oh my
hips,
God,
they
the
say.
80s were cruel to you. Jesus.
All right, Jesus.
No, I mean, the toxic diet culture of the
Yeah,
80s
yeah,
is
yeah.
absolutely
Used to
insane.
get all the time.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
obsession you have with Lycra, though, I think requires diets. Or
Robert.
confidence.
Yeah.
Confidence is all you need for Lycra.
no.
Just ask
What I
your
always wear.
mom.
I just wear nothing but Lycra around the house. It's great.
Are you much of an 80s Lycra guy?
An 80s what?
Lycra bodysuits, is Lycra, what is in America? What is in
Lycra.
America?
I suppose
Oh, spandex.
Spandex.
I could do some
Span-
spandex.
There you
Oh,
go.
nice.
You look
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a wrestler.
You'd look like
that kind of vibe.
I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
getting glam metal.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Cinderella and shit.
Kiss.
I
Oh,
fucking love
yeah.
Cinderella. There we go. We're back in the room. Got him.
Peach, apart from thinking about spandex a lot.
That's just all I think about. And big titties, as we discussed in the last episode.
Take biddies for the kids.
Last week we discussed the fact that Peach, we talked about where we come up with our ideas, and I'd love to ask you where you come up with your ideas. Peachy said he goes for long walks and takes a notebook. Unfortunately, I assume, because I love Peach, that he goes around and he thinks, Necromunda, but everyone has big titties. Or it's like the World War II, but everyone's got big titties.
But Hitler's got massive pajamas.
That's all I think about. I can't help it. Spandex and boobs.
What if Hitler had massive pajamas?
Whilst riding a T-Rex.
Bajilgas. Louise, you said bajilgas in front of a guest.
Oh, then he unleashes the Titskrieg. Oh my God.
Get out. Wow.
Titskrieg.
Well, so welcome to the show.
Yeah.
Where do you come up with your ideas?
My ideas. I look at what I want to change on the model, I suppose.
Pardon me?
Buying new kits, looking at the models and thinking, what do I want to change about this?
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
that's fun.
Oh yeah, I heard you saying that because your like big thing that you love is space wolves, if
Of
I'm
course,
not
yeah.
incorrect.
Yeah.
And
Space Vikings, thanks.
Space Vikings, yeah. But I overheard you being like a few times. You were like, and the way the Games Workshop ones are sculpted just doesn't quite
Yeah.
hit that thing you've got in your brain.
Yeah.
What's
yeah.
your idyllic kind of like vision of space wolves?
That's, yeah. So when I first saw the Wolfguard Terminators,
Yes.
like the older school ones, I think around 2015 or so when I bought my first Space Wolf kit, the fur, the pelts, the necklaces, the teeth, all those little finer details, they just didn't quite do it for me. I wanted
What do
a
you
finer
mean?
scale.
Like you just want like them a little bit? Are they too chunky?
Yeah, I wanted more contrast with the big power armor
Yeah,
and the
hell
big
yeah.
shapes. I love the big shapes and how just chunky they look. They look powerful, but I wanted that finer scale detail.
Yeah, because that's what it's like in the art, right?
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. What like
like
looking
true
at
scale.
looking at an illustration of a space wolf in the 3rd edition codex or the 5th edition codex, like all the amazing Karl Kopinski stuff.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
See, I think
yeah.
Carl was really good for like making them feel a bit more realistic. And,
yeah,
certainly
Paul
when he did
Dayton
that,
as well did some amazing stuff. Adrian Smith, of course.
Oh hell yeah, I love
yeah,
Adrian
yeah.
Smith's
But,
Space Marine stuff.
seeing
is some
that
of my
artwork
favorite.
thing that
And
blows-
wanting to bring it over to the models is really what fueled me. Yeah.
Yeah.
thing that blew my mind was like, because I look, obviously, you're in my feed a lot with like the stuff that you post and stuff.
Well, thank you.
Well, I like
Follow Valbjorn on Instagram.
Yes.
We should also introduce what you do, right? Like,
Oh yeah,
Oh,
let's just.
yeah. Let's
yeah,
not
we haven't
let's not
said that.
assume anything.
Yeah. If you aren't aware of this fantastic human, you are a sculptor.
That's right.
Is that correct? And
Yeah.
you teach people how to sculpt
That's right.
stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very goodly.
Very goodly.
Goodly.
Very goodly.
Very. Well, actually, very smallly.
Not
Very
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Not
yeah, yeah.
bigly.
Not
bigly.
Not bigly. Very smallly.
Importantly,
Because
not bigly.
that was the thing I was going to say on your feed. It's like there's things of like sword blades or like little teeth, and you've got your finger next to it.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
The teeth
whoa.
blow my mind.
Thank
Everything
you,
blows
yeah.
my mind.
Yeah, you showed me one that you sculpted recently with an axe, and I was telling you how I can't even get a hand onto an arm, and you were like adding elements to that. When did you start?
I mean, the power axe head has to have an on-off switch and an indicator light and the power cable.
Yeah.
So, I
And
mean,
like the tiny little like whatchamacallit, like rivets and stuff. Like,
Yeah,
which are like
yeah.
I can't even do it with
I'm
my
really
hand.
interested in trying to go as far as I can to when someone looks at a model, like what's the point at which like you're suspending your disbelief and when your imagination's really running wild when you're looking at something, right?
Yeah.
So when you look at something, and that's what it was with those first Wolfguard. I looked at them and I was like, I'm into it. And then as I got closer, I'm maybe not so into it.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to take nice photos of them, maybe get some hero shot type stuff. And I want this stuff to hold up
Yeah.
under maximum scrutiny whenever
Hell
I'm
yeah.
Which it
looking at
does,
it.
by the way, folks.
Yeah,
It
and
really
so
does.
I mean,
His stuff does, yes.
I love listening to heavy metal when I'm sculpting and
Never have guessed.
Yeah, and when I'm in that moment and photographing the work, I just want to feel. I want to feel it, and I want to take that as far as I can go. A lot of times with those details, because I want the viewer to feel that power. So yeah.
That's a big hell yeah.
Yeah.
Say, I'm gonna hit you up with a hell yeah. That's freaking cool.
Well, you guys are all fans of Space Wolves, aren't you?
Oh, I love. Are you not?
I like them.
whoa,
I like
wow,
them.
whoa, wait,
now,
wait,
now, there's a. I think I've
wait.
mentioned this on Juggz before. So every time I've joined a new department, whether that was like the army painting team went down to miniatures because the army painting team moved but got changed, then
Yeah.
moved back up to publications because the army painting team got changed again. Every time we've had like a big move or like a big shake-up, the first project was always Space Wolves, and I always had them. Or me and Steve.
so you got off
and it
to a
was
bad
always
start.
like, oh, not again. But I always used to listen to Conan when I was painting
Yeah.
stuff like that. So
the
I'd have like
Conan
Conan
soundtrack.
raging
Yes,
in my
for
ears,
sure.
which was great.
The drums.
So
Yeah.
I love them, but I also have this sort of like, whenever something new happened, it was always like,
Triggered Space
It's going to be
Wolves.
Space Wolves again, isn't it? And it always was. Every time.
Speaking of which, Peachy also doesn't like painting orcs, so like.
Oh yeah. So
Whatever.
again,
Whatever.
that's a Peach thing. I got broken once at workshop because it was when it was
Found
my
out you
fault.
pay.
It was my fault. There's that. But Rob knows, and Rob's not a fan of Peach for this. But I kind of encouraged the Horde rule for Warhammer Fantasy, so it was like something I did.
It's not that I'm not a fan. I quite liked it actually.
No, but it did cause problems, right, for a lot of the game scene.
The whole of 8th edition Warhammer Fantasy.
Yeah.
There's people in Spain right now going, "Sacre bleu." That's not how French people speak.
That's French.
There's somewhere saying something
What a
I don't know
couple.
or care.
but
Say anything Spanish.
Why have I got so many rats? I don't know. I'm not going to. It will be wrong.
Anyway.
El
Grande.
Salvador.
El Salvador. That's South America. Still Spanish. Portuguese, maybe.
Le Salvador.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Sorry, you were
anyway.
saying?
Yeah, so like
Orcs.
I did a project which was I struggle with bone, I struggle with green skin, and I struggle with stone. And I don't like, depending on like if I'm doing like a bow or like a spear, it's like it's a bit of wood, it's fine. But when you have like savage orcs and like 500 of them to paint, and they're only coated in green
Love
skin, stone, and bone,
Yeah.
it kills you. It kills you.
Yeah, that's
Cinema.
a lot.
So-
Cinema. Louise is just like cinema.
You just described my
That's what
entire
heaven, that's what heaven
university
will be. She'll get
experience.
in there, a table full of
Just-
500 orcs to paint.
Specifically, these Savage Orc Boar Boys. I'm like, I'm 15 again. Let's go. Oh, good. God
Should
has
have hired
blessed
you for
me.
that job.
I loved it. I hate painting wood and stone, but I think when I was painting my orcs, I was so bad at painting, didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I suppose
it's because I was in a
good.
professional environment. I had to make them look good. So.
Exactly. I didn't. I was
Yeah.
just there like, this is the best.
When did you start sculpting?
So I have my BFA in ceramics, and so I have.
Oh, no way.
Yeah,
You're a little art school kid.
I am a little art school kid. Yeah.
All three of you.
Yeah. All of us are. Not
Yeah,
Rob, not
and
Rob.
both of my parents are ceramic artists as well, so I've been messing around with clay for a while.
That's so cool.
And most of my experience was with larger things, 1-to-1 scale and stuff like that, and ceramic pottery and sculpture in the ceramic realm. And then I worked for a time in art fabrication, making bigger metal sculptures and things like that, and really fell in love with manipulating metal and moving materials around, which I found really informed the way that I work with miniatures. Warhammer Fantasy kind of came into my life around college era, so around like 2002 or so, working with chaos stuff, chaos fantasy. Starting to do my first kit bash was Marauders of Chaos. Kit bashed onto the Warhounds.
Okay.
Oh,
And-
riding them.
Yes.
That's cool.
Yes. The ponies were just like, these are too sissy looking for me. I need them on gnarly stuff. And also the
gonna ride
Marauders,
these?
they don't have beards. They're just, they don't really look very metal.
Yeah,
So I
that's fair if you
added
didn't.
big beards, and at that point I was like, I started discovering green stuff.
Yeah.
And it was just, I kind of trickled around with it throughout the years, discovered 40K around 2015 or so. And then when the Indominus box dropped, I was like, I started pulling out the Phobos Marines and stuff. And I was like, all right, let's pull this putty back out and see what we can do. And that was around 2019, right before COVID. And then I
wow.
really leaned in hard into the detail stuff and trying to
So
increase
is
my
that
skills.
soon?
That recently.
Yeah, recent, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With miniatures,
Yeah, wow.
That's
So-
super impressive.
Yeah, I was working with putty and stuff throughout those
Yeah,
years,
yeah.
but never really like taking it that
Yeah.
seriously. But once I started posting on Instagram and gaining other people's interest and them wanting to know how I did the beards and making a YouTube
Yeah.
tutorial for that, where I really started to kind of gravitate towards teaching, because people were messaging me, showing me their work that they learned from the video. And I was like, I really love seeing other people's work like
Aw.
this. And yeah, so that's kind of where it really turned the corner for me, was around then.
That's nice. What was your kind of experience of like growing into being someone people reaching out to and watching and asking stuff? Do you feel any imposter syndrome?
Yeah, because
or-
you're like I would say a bit of an authority on sort of that kind of
Ecosystem.
Because like ecosystem.
That's very
thank you.
flattering. Yeah.
No, because when I did my video of like people to follow if you want to get better at painting,
Which
I was like,
amazing, by the way.
Really?
That
Aw.
made my
Stop,
it
because-
was incredible because I looked
Damn it, guys,
for real. I opened Instagram. Why did I have 100 followers
No
today?
way,
And
not
the
me.
next day even more, and people are signing up for Patreon.
People really liked that video. They were like, thank you. People like following people. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
in my video, I was
Especially
like,
talented artists, right?
that's why I mentioned Valbjorn, because I was like, if you're into like green stuffing and converting, this is the person I recommend you follow.
Yeah, it was a huge boost for me.
Oh, no way.
Thank you so
Oh,
much.
no, thank you for being in it. But yeah, back to Rob's question is just like, how do you feel about that? About like being like the guy, the dude?
I don't really think too much about
Until right
it.
now, until
Exactly.
we put the pressure
To
on
this
you.
question you don't want to answer.
You are the dude.
I think the better answer to that is I am very happy to explain every single little detail of the things that I do because
Good.
I love it so much, and so I relish the moments where someone is interested in what I'm doing.
I had a whole bunch of them downstairs today.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so when I get those questions, I am so happy to explain what's going on and to turn that into what I do.
That's how you know you're good at something. If you're like really, really willing to be, and excited to be like, yeah, this is exactly how I do every single bit. It's how you know that you're really good at it.
Something
Thank
I
you.
found
Yeah.
incredibly interesting as well is like I'm quite broad in my spectrum of stuff I cover on Instagram and like on the YouTube channel. You're quite focused on Space Wolves.
Very focused,
As you are
yeah.
known as the Fenrisian Fabricator.
Yeah, we
which
have
is a
you on
great
it.
name.
We got you on our phone.
Yes.
I did
So
not
I've
know
seen
that.
this a couple of
So,
times.
well done.
Fenrisian Fabricator
that was
is a great
sort of
term.
after I quit my job in fabrication, and I went full.
smart, yeah.
I went full time. I went full time doing the Patreon thing. I thought it would be funny to just
Yeah,
write
it works.
because it's sort of a job title, right?
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm the Fenrisian Fabricator.
It's
Why not?
cool.
Yeah.
It's a cool freaking. I
Yeah.
don't know. I like it.
But
Yeah.
what I find really fascinating is it's like there's stuff out there where people cover like a broad spectrum of stuff to paint or sculpt or whatever. Adam Langton is one of
Yes.
them.
Oh, love
so he
Adam.
just concentrates on Death Watch.
Yeah.
His entire
that's
feed.
his whole thing is
Yeah,
Death Watch.
every now and
He's
again, there
one of
might
the
not
old
be.
presenters for Warhammer TV. I think he works now in like painting events,
Yeah.
which is super, super cool. But yeah, his whole feed is just Death Watch, and he's so good at it.
Yeah, and like with you, it's Space Wolves. There's a guy I like to follow called James Vaiolo, and he concentrates on airfix, like the large scale and small scale airfix figures, and paints them up. It's just classic army men getting painted up. And I've always thought, would they do quite well? Because it's only a small niche of a niche, really, that is. But they do really well. And I think that's something worth saying to like people out there. If you have like something you're really passionate about, like Space Wolves
Yeah.
or Death Watch, just do it.
Yeah, something I
Exactly.
really liked about different. There's the Bretonnian army painter.
Yes,
Who
yeah.
Oh,
is-
he's literally called that, isn't
That's
he?
literally called that, and like, everything's Bretonian, which
I'm
is
gonna have to follow him. And
Yeah,
Oh,
I
he's so
Yeah.
I
so
love
good.
Bretonian
like his
Knights,
branding
yeah.
as well is like very clean. He does like banners and stuff.
It's awesome.
Extremely
Yeah.
good.
And there's another guy called, I always get it wrong. I always confuse him with Lutin, the Lord YouTuber.
Oh, I know,
Lucian.
Lucian.
Lucian 99.
Yeah,
Lutin
yeah.
99,
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
does like he's a Sigmar
Yeah.
Stormcast
So
Eternals,
good.
but it's like really grim dark, and it's just like it's
got
called
such a
Amberfall.
specific
Amberfall, yeah.
color
Yeah.
scheme.
I'm familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just
Yeah.
like commitment to like one
And
almost
even-
universe.
Even the name Amberfall, a lot of his colors he's using, they're like ogres and ambers.
Yeah, it's got
Autumnal,
like
yeah.
yeah,
Alison
It's
autumnal.
Tools.
in
Yeah.
Autumnal, yeah.
We did a
it's-
little collab a little while back where I did one of my Stormcasts and he sent me one of his. And
You
we
did
a
one with him?
Yeah,
No way, is he a cool
wasn't on
guy?
a video. It wasn't on a video.
Rob's
it was
a
just like
massive fan.
yeah,
I'm a big fan.
I've got his model. I'll bring it in next.
So Rob's a really big fan of his.
Yeah, he's great.
Yes.
It was at GriffCon and I had
Good
saw him
recovery.
in the flesh. Saw him in the flesh. No one needs to know what happened before. So I've got a question for you. So I've dabbled in sculpting
Yeah.
badly. I remember
Disagree.
Ali Morrison did loads of like little stuff when I was in the studio, and he had like some sheets he handed out with like how to do chainmail, how to do fur and stuff like that. It was really, really handy. And I kind of enjoyed doing it, but I really struggled. In the end, I started to move to things that were physical things that I could use to make my life easier. As an army painter, I like to look for shortcuts, and I found that with like my sculpting, I use masking tape for
Yeah, you're masking tape.
cloaks and like
very
Yeah, why not?
banners and stuff like that, and it works. And it's like one of those things where, because it was through necessity, because I ran out of green stuff during COVID and I couldn't get any more.
Yeah.
So I was like, what am I going to use? What am I going to use? So I was like, just using masking tape. I was like, well, that kind of works, and I've just got a bit better at it. And that's quite good for people that just want to start on the journey of like making cloaks or whatever. But so I know how hard it is to do that kind of stuff. What would you say is the hardest thing that you've ever had to sculpt? Like material or texture?
The hardest thing?
Pressure.
That's a really, really difficult question.
Because it's all so easy for him.
No, that's not it at
Absolutely
all.
nothing.
Nothing. You fool.
Or tricky? Is like, it takes a little bit of planning or...
So, like, you've got hair and fur. It's not those. He's got those down.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't think so, though.
What?
Yeah, we'll say the hardest thing is hair and fur.
Oh, screw me.
Because
what?
there is sort of an infinite depth that you can get into with, like, well, how realistic do you want to take it? Like,
see,
where do you
Guess so.
where do you stop? Where does it become less stylized and more realistic? Same with your masking tape thing. It's like a piece of masking tape will absolutely work to represent a cape or a piece of cloth, but at what point do you recognize it as a real world object?
Yeah,
You're
like,
just pissed that you can't sculpt every single, like, thread of hair.
Not necessarily that, but it's like, where are the moments captured whenever you see something happen and it's like, oh, okay, this is it. I want to stop here. It's just learning when to stop.
Yeah.
That was a metric for a long time in like video games, wasn't it? Like a metric was how realistic can we make the hair?
And and a lot of times it will work against, sometimes when they
I
upgrade
agree.
games, like, and that's kind of my beef with Space Marine. That was why I like Space Marine 1 more than Space Marine 2. Like, yeah, Space Marine 2 may look graphically more, rendered and stuff like that, but there was just something more. Like the Space Marines in Space Marine 1 didn't look like the minis. My imagination could kick in a little bit.
I
Interesting.
see.
And that's the same thing with something that you're sculpting. It's like you have to leave something to be imagined.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
So, yeah, I'd
makes
say
sense.
just all of it.
I don't want to impress anybody, but earlier today I cut the head off of a Mark II Space Marine and put it on a Praetor, and it wasn't even the same head that it was meant to be on it.
Whoa. Maybe
Whoa.
you should be doing this.
Pretty special
We started
moments.
I bet you soon he's going to do like the biggest, most successful kit bashing video.
Oh, you fucking will as well.
Slap cut, he'll call it.
Slap cut is hilarious. Chop chop.
Chop chop is really good. I like chop
Instead
chop.
of, and just be like, I've invented this crazy thing where you use one piece of one kit and put it on another kit.
It's called chop
I'm calling
chop.
it chop chop. And people will be like, wow, I've never heard of this before. This man's a fucking genius. Let's give him loads of money and 1 million views. And I
That's the
hate you.
secret.
And I hate you.
So speaking of being great at painting, I was hanging out with Andy Wardle earlier.
Yeah.
I love
Shout out to
Andy.
Andy.
Yeah, shout out to Andy,
When
great
did
human.
he leave?
Earlier, also he's a liar.
What do you mean he's a liar?
I gotta bring this up. So we did a little like video
So
chat
mean to
about like
everyone.
his favorite legions, and every time he turned a page, he'd be like, "We do like Emperor's Children." And what do you think? He's like, "Well, purple's my favorite color." And I was like,
I get him on that one.
And then like
though.
later on, we'd be
Did he
doing
say
Sons of-
red's his favorite
and
color
then
last time he was on Juggz?
Yeah.
Bastard!
And then later on, he was doing Sons of Horus. He's like, "Well, green's my favorite color." And I was like, "Andy, I do have to stop you. You did
Do you reckon
say."
he's like a goldfish got short-term memory loss? He's just like, this
I
is my-
reckon he's colorblind. I reckon they all look the same. He's like, yeah.
I think what it genuinely is they're genuinely all his favorite color.
I feel that.
Like, that's what I think it is. He's just so enthusiastic.
Everything's his
I'm
favourite.
kind of similar. Like, I like the Emperor's Children because I love the purple, and I like Salamanders because I love the green. Maybe he's just excited.
I think that's honestly what it was. But
Liar.
You spend a lot of time with him and the Cult Paint guys, right?
Yeah.
Like doing seminars and stuff. Someone really fun to bounce off. Because like obviously, I mean, it's really hard to say
Oh, yeah,
anyone
how are
paints
you
as well
at
as Andy.
painting?
What?
Yeah.
I've never seen. I don't think
Let's
I've
have a
ever
look. I'm
seen
gonna
one of
check
your
his
painted
feed. I don't think I've ever
miniatures.
seen him paint anything.
If you dig deep in my feed, there are a few
I
painted
just
in there.
realized I've never seen a. I don't think a miniature.
I bet he's going to blow
But
us
Andy
away.
was doing some sculpting for his Golden Demon downstairs.
Oh yeah,
And
we
obviously-
can't out him yet.
And obviously,
but-
like a great person to ask is you. But similarly, is he a great resource to be able to go to and talk to paint? And
Yeah,
'cause
yeah.
he's also been doing seminars and painting for like over a decade.
I love talking to Andy about that kind of stuff and talking about just like the overall composition of a piece, sending whips back and forth or builds and stuff.
Love a
Yeah,
good whip.
he's a great resource.
No spoilers, but Andy's current Golden Demon is so nice.
Yeah.
Now
No
that-
spoilers.
Now that he's
Isn't
fixed.
all his golden demons so
He'll be
nice?
using all of his
It's got-
favorite
It's
colors.
got all of them.
And just so it's in recording, so I can hold him to it, he will be painting one of my minis.
Yes, you gave him a mini to paint.
Yeah, so he'll be painting something for me.
well, like one of your like
nice.
converted ones.
That's right. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm just pulling out this guy, this space marine you've
that's
done.
Same,
all I'm getting
dude.
now from this guy is mix of you,
Oh.
but also Bulvi from 13th Warrior.
Yeah, oh my
Oh,
god.
yeah.
Bulvi
I love
vibes.
13th Warrior
Yeah.
so
Such a
much.
We all like
film.
13th
I believe
Warrior.
that is a Night Lord.
Is it?
I love Night Lord.
Oh,
Lamest,
don't get
lamest
to-
legion.
I did some Night Lords back in the day. That's very old, but yeah.
You should do. I mean, Night Lords also play quite well
Bulvi.
into like the little gribbly charms and
Oh
stuff
yeah,
like that.
they've got the tarot cards and
Have you-
Sorry, Jason, I've got to the bottom of your feed. There's no painted miniatures. I'm disappointed.
you scroll past you scroll past
past
it then.
And because I posted my old orcs online, and then you were like, "Oh, the old one's so cool," and in the
Yeah.
back of my mind, I'm like, "I'm sure we very legally recast that."
Yeah.
So I found
Sure.
it. So now you have to paint him to look exactly like the metal one
Okay.
that I have.
Challenge accepted.
There you go. Because we like it because it looks really old and like it was found at the
Does.
bottom of the ocean.
It
You gotta send me a
does.
picture.
It's downstairs. You could just come see it.
For the
Don't you-
video, Louise, because I edit the video.
I forgot. I forgot we were currently on camera. Hello,
Okay.
everyone on the internet. I forgot you were there.
Welcome to Juggz.
Welcome to Juggz.
Sometimes I forget that we're not just hanging
Just
out.
chatting.
So how regularly do you do seminars
Gonna have some
to
cookies.
like that people can go to?
I commonly do Adepticon and Nova in the States, and then I usually try to come to Nottingham once a year at least.
Oh, really? Oh, that's
Will you
good.
come next year?
I will.
Oh,
Yeah.
let's go!
Okay, come on, our Juggz next year too.
I also last week was able to, thanks to you. I personally want to thank you because of you. I was able to buy all the equipment and stuff for downstairs for your seminar, and now I was able to publicly ask Louise and Peachy to do a painting seminar next year for me.
Yeah.
So like, but which was unfair. I literally bullied them
Yeah,
into it.
no, he didn't bully Peach. He was like, absolutely. And I was
mean-
like, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you.
mean-
I hate you, I
Yeah,
hate you.
yeah. So
But the space downstairs is set up really nice
Oh,
for
it looked
seminars.
great.
yeah.
I've got footage.
The biggest
Footage.
improvement being that camera setup makes it so much easier to
Your
teach
camera
now.
looked really
Yeah,
good.
it
was just these.
It looked
Yeah, it looked
really
it,
good.
it was easy to just set in one spot. It was the same kind of layout as being at a convention.
You're
So,
smart,
yeah.
Rob.
In the future, what we'll do is we'll put you in the new bar rep room, and you'll never even have to talk to any of the people outside.
It'll be like the Wizard of Oz.
We'll get
Yeah,
you.
just put the curtain
We'll get you a
out.
Sherpa or something that like runs questions. Someone's asked a question. Well,
We could say he's still in the States and he's doing it from the States, and at the end
I'll
we do
just
a
be in the
reveal.
other room. Yeah.
It's like,
Oh my god, that
all
would
this
blow
time.
everyone's mind if you were like, we're doing it remotely and then you revealed yourself. Honestly.
that would be so fun.
That would be so fun.
I
Can
just
we
walk
do
out
that?
in a robe.
Yeah, that would be.
Yeah, just don't even
That
draw
would be amazing.
Just get a beer out of the fridge, go back in.
Or undercover boss it, where you record it before and then you're just one of the guys, except you've got like a mustache.
I take my own class.
And the guy
Everyone's
sat
like,
next to
why
you
is he
is
so
like, Jesus Christ, that's so good.
And he's looking at people like, how are you doing that? I'm just following what he said.
This guy is an amazing
This
teacher.
guy really understands what he's saying. You should subscribe to his Patreon.
Oh my god, definitely we're doing that. So speaking of which,
I'm just taking notes on that one. I'm going to copy
I'm looking at one of your students' results
Yeah,
from
that-
today.
yeah.
So good.
Very cool. They did some
it's
amazing
Dan.
work.
Ignore where he says furry. But yeah, the trim he got
Yeah.
on his belt, they got really good results.
They
Well,
did.
I assume
Like
so.
I'm not surprised, obviously, but at the same time, I know. No, I'm joking, Dan. But
Would you
it's-
say like if there's people watching
Yeah.
and they are
If.
like well, so to the people watching,
hello to the 5. Let's pick another.
and they might be
person.
like six-fingered monsters like
Ginger
me,
Steve.
and they wanted to start on their like sculpting journey. What would be like just the number one tip?
Number one tip.
Like, or like it's not that scary, or
Is
actually,
it the tools? Is it the like what's good?
Understanding that you're not gonna mess it up.
okay.
That's
so
crazy.
many people,
I mess it up so
many
often.
people are afraid to start with putty, and that they're going to mess up their expensive models because
Me.
they are not cheap.
No, you're
And
right.
just understand that when you put putty on a model, you can just pop it off if you don't like it.
Okay,
true.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that would have been
that's a
me.
big takeaway.
Yeah, literally.
You can just take it off. You can.
You
It
can.
comes
Just
off?
scrape it off. Yeah, I guess.
Oh.
I never thought about that.
Yep. You
Okay.
can just pop it off.
So I really want to do a Thunder Warrior soon because I got like my little Thunder Warrior itch back because
Okay.
they're like one of my favorite things ever, and I
Okay.
wish that like
NHS
SDS
can deal with that.
Just put a top. I just put a top knot tutorial up. So hit
A
that.
top-notch tutorial. There you go.
Wait, you did a top knot tutorial?
That's right. Yeah.
Ooh.
Is it
Patreon.com/Wildhorn.
Oh, it's top notch. That's
top
funny.
notch.
That's
Top notch.
funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, so recently in the latest White Dwarf, there's a new poster which has all the different armor marks for Space Marines,
Oh,
and there's a
nice.
Thunder Warrior in there, and I'm like, oh, I fucking love Thunder Warrior. I
Warrior's
fucking
pretty
love the
cool.
Unification Wars. Oh shit. Oh shit.
We need more
So,
techno barbarians in our life. is
I
what we
agree.
need.
And just like regular barbarians as well, with massive
Yeah.
titties, obviously.
Big titties. Big.
That side of the room has got a real feeling about something.
We are on Juggz.
Yeah,
We are.
Yeah.
it's
Why
true.
do you think we're here, Rob?
So you use green stuff a lot. Is the other material milliputs?
I use green stuff, milliput, magic sculpt, Tamiya quick type, Tamiya
Which is your
smooth
favourite?
type.
Have you got a particular favourite
Nope.
now?
I
they're
mix them all together. Yeah.
Is it all different
slurry.
tools for different jobs?
That's right.
Yeah,
Okay.
that makes sense.
I used to use wood putty. I don't know if you've ever
What
used
did you
that.
Wood
wink when
putty,
you said
yeah.
that?
Did
Yeah.
I wink?
Wood
It might have been a
putty.
twitch. It might have been an involuntary.
There's water putty as well.
What's water putty?
Yeah, it's like you mix water with it, and it's used for filling wood and stuff like that. It sets up very
Okay,
quickly.
yeah.
It's sandable.
I think that's
Great
like
for bases.
what I
You can make
was-
like sand dunes and
Wow.
stuff. Yeah.
So wood putty is something that Keith introduced me to. Shout out to Keith as always. And it's like a bit softer than green stuff, and it sets in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for what I was doing, I found that to be the best because I could
Sure.
sort of like make a shape. It would set in 10 minutes, and then I could build up on top of it. And I really liked that.
I think what's interesting as well is like we live in a world where
We do live in
more
a
and more
world.
people are very competent digital sculptors.
Yeah.
Like and 3D printers now can basically perfectly render anything that you can sculpt. But I think like there's still
probably not on the scale Valbjorn's doing.
No, not well. Maybe at the scale, like if you designed it in. My point was going to be though was like when you do get something that's been pre-done, like a Space Marine, you obviously can't just necessarily add stuff to it from a 3D print. Like you still have to go through the process of like attachment and refinement. And I 3D print a lot of stuff. I
Yeah,
do
you
it.
do.
Like there's a certain scale where it becomes unmanageable, and I would probably need the same dexterous skills that you have as a sculptor just to take them off a print bed and stick them onto stuff. So like, which I don't have.
Yeah.
So like,
at that point, you're probably better off going back into your modeling program, adding the detail and reprinting the whole mini to have the thing you want in that scale.
yeah, well, yeah. My point was though, is I think it's really exciting for people to like really develop those analog skills
Yep.
to add on to something that
Yeah.
they really love. They like love that Praetor model or they love that whatever model, and they're like, I want to add to it.
Yeah,
mechanically.
it makes it theirs.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
this is it. Like, I really want to. I should have hung around more for your trim tutorial, but I was building a Gundam and I was deep in the sauce.
Also, it's not free.
Yeah.
Also, it's not free. I could have just like been at the window, like, oh, what's he saying? And just throw a pound at him, like, thank you. But yeah. But because like for the Thunder Warrior, all I want to do is just like. Because it's pretty simple. I just want to get some Age of Sigmar guys and then just do like the kind of lightning trim. And I feel like you could do that in seconds. Seconds.
I could show you how to do that
Oh my
for
God,
sure.
amazing.
Nice.
Or I could
Nice.
just subscribe to your Patreon and find out myself.
Also do that.
So
Or
we're
listen out the
going to
window
come back
whenever
and
he
speak to you
comes
some more
over.
about everything, if that's okay. I'm just going to find out what Peachy and Louise have been up to this week.
Absolutely.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Peach, what have you been up to, sir?
So this week I have done. I did a little video about the markers that Army Painter did.
Oh,
so
yeah.
colouring in-
Phil tips.
I'm really curious about those.
So a lot of questions I got in the comments were, are they refillable? Which they are. You can clean them out. When I say they're refillable, they've got like a little hole, so you have to like really work on it, otherwise it just floods it. You've got to be quite careful. The tips, a lot of questions were like, they're just going to dry, but I closed mine, didn't use them for a week because I was doing the editing, and then Charlie wanted to do some colouring in on models, which he loves, by the way,
Cute.
using pens for colouring in.
Oh, of course.
That's
Getting
a
that
great
kind
way
of
to get
Yeah,
kids
that's
into
it.
it, I
I mean, I
guess.
started with brushes, so
smart.
I've seen a few people argue that just start with a brush instead of a pen, because that's all I had was a brush, not colouring in felt tip paint.
Things should never be easier for the next generation
I mean-
because
Yeah, no,
of
yeah,
how
it's true.
hard
Harder.
it was for
I mean,
us.
that's an
Yeah.
argument, you know, do you make things easy, don't you? But he's done both, but he prefers using the pens because he doesn't spill as much.
Well, then put weights on his wrists.
I'm going to do that.
Right, like make
Yeah.
it some sort of
And
more
I'm just going to
difficult.
push him every now and again
Back
just to
in
make it
my
really
day.
difficult. Like, yeah, come on.
Back in my day, school was uphill both ways.
Both ways. But yeah, no, they're really good. I really like them. I can see myself using them for a lot of things, and I was playing around
Trim,
with
I can
different.
imagine. Is there a metallic one?
There's a metallic one at the
That's what I'd
moment,
be
which is
interested in.
polished silver, and I really like using that. And it's really good for like So something Dave Andrews taught me, when I do like big ranks of infantry, especially if they've got like little bayonets.
Is it acrylic paint in them?
Yeah.
It's speed paint, so
Okay.
it's
A
acrylic.
little
It's
bit of
the
ink in
thin
it as
stuff.
well.
Surely it's not speed paint if it's metallic pens, though.
No, the metallic speed paints are
Well.
speed paints.
Yeah, they have metallic paints.
Yeah.
They're actually legit.
They are really good. And
Metallic speed paint.
Yeah.
They actually go over black quite well.
Yeah, yeah.
I must
the-
try.
It's
They're
a
really
bit
good, actually.
mind-boggling.
I must partake.
But
anyway.
yeah, Dave showed me something which I'm using this polished silver to do as well. So I had like a load of bayonets on like a big block of like Napoleonic infantry. They looked pretty cool. It's silver, I painted it. And Dave went because I was playing a game at his. He's got an amazing gaming area, and there's like the light was glinting off all his bayonets. I was like, what did you do for that? He's like, just used a chrome pen, and I was like,
Yes.
of course. Because then, like, it would look like bayonets would look when they're marching on the battlefield, just like glinting in
A
the
little
sunlight.
ding.
And that kind of polished silver kind of does a very similar effect as well.
Mark Bedford gave me my first ever chrome pen, and it changed my life.
so good.
It's so good for like little bip, bip, bips.
Yeah,
Really?
just little bits here and there. Just add a little bit of punch to your blades.
It was a
and stuff.
Gundam pen. It was a Gundam marker.
Oh, wow.
But like proper chrome.
Proper chrome.
It's good.
But yeah, that video did all right.
Was it
Good.
a Revel chrome pen?
I can't remember because it was a
It's all
long
good.
ass
Yeah.
time
Mine's,
ago.
the ones I'm using are Molotow.
Oh, I love them. I
Yeah.
recommended them in my video that
Yes,
I'm
you
doing.
did. Yes, of course you did. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot of Molotow stuff. But yeah, I just saw them on Amazon. I was like, I'll give them a go. See how because they come with, it's a set of 3 that comes with different size tips, which are quite good. But yeah, they don't dry. The speed paint markers don't. There's only 10 colours at the moment. I would like a flesh.
Oh, there's no. Oh, I guess not.
there
And I
is
guess
another
you
set
can't
on Deep
mix
Cut.
them as well.
You what, sorry?
You can't mix them either, I assume.
Well, you can while they're wet, I guess. But then you're getting the effects of when speed paint starts to dry and cure
Yeah.
as it's still wet but not wet, and then you start moving it around, it has that tide
Oh,
mark around
yeah,
it.
tide mark,
Yeah,
that's a
so
good
it's
way
a
of
bit
putting it,
annoying.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I did some fun effects, like doing like weathering and stuff with it, and like scratching and
Mm-hmm.
making things
Oh,
look a bit
that's cool.
stained. So I can see them being used. They're not going to like revolutionise my painting, but I foresee someone that's got not great muscle memory of a paintbrush, but I know it's the same kind of thing with like a pen, because that's one thing I always say is hold a paintbrush like you hold a pen when you're painting. But if they're used to using pens and they're kind of like a marker, you're kind of a bit more familiar with that sort of like hand movement and muscle memory. Dexterity. So they're good for that. And a few people that have like very shaky hands find them a lot easier to hold than a brush.
Okay, that's cool.
They're good. So that video did all right. And then this week I launched the PeachCon video, which I should have launched
It was so good.
last week, but I was doing the markers. It was good to
And very nicely edited.
very nicely edited.
Very
Shout out
nicely
to
edited.
Kiara. So Kiara edited. So she used to work for Workshop as an editor. She moved on for many reasons, but
She didn't
she is a
die.
very,
She's-
very good editor. She did
She's
not
still alive.
When I
She's
say
still
moved
alive.
on,
She's
she's editing from the grave.
She's still alive. Peachy ran his own event a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
It was
his
amazing.
Second one.
time.
Yeah, so initially it was like a little thank you to my patrons to say thanks for your support. Obviously, I've got patrons across the world, so obviously they can't all attend PeachCon, but it was more of a gesture.
Where was it?
It was at my wife's school last year.
Oh.
There was like a small community lounge, and I was just like, it's free to come down. We'll supply food and drink.
Fun.
And just
His
play
wife
some
is not
games."
at school. I just want to make it really
Yes,
clear.
she works at the
I'm
school.
sure.
She works at the school. She
You are in
works
Britain.
at the
It's
school.
worth
To make it really
clarifying.
Yes,
worth clarifying.
yes. I got a story about that, which I'll come to later.
Oh no!
But
I don't want it.
yeah, a long time ago. But yeah, so this year I did it at the school local to where I live because
Nice.
one of the warmer dads that I know, he mentioned that West Park has like a good space. And it's a really good space.
It's
so I did it there.
amazing.
So we just grew it, had some trade stands in there, and just it was nice.
Eventually, it'll become massive.
Yeah,
It's
it
gonna
was
become,
more than nice.
It's going to
It
become the
was-
Nova of the Midlands.
It's not going to be the Nova of the Midlands.
It was really good. Like Peach is being way
I'm
too
not, I'm just being realistic.
humble.
Just
it
northern.
It was amazing.
Nice.
It was
It's all
like
right. It was all
big.
right, Louise.
The space.
It
It
was
was
okay.
real good, and everyone had a fucking
You
great
listen to
time.
Louise.
You shut up.
I'll
shut
do
up.
as
You
I told
listen
them.
to her.
Face.
Do as I
Yeah,
told
it
them.
was
so
amazing.
did people like the video? Being
Yeah,
able to
it's
see it
doing
from
all
all
right.
I
man,
messaged Peachy and I was like, Peachy, the editing is really good in this video. Like, well
She
done.
thought I
You've
did it.
really
I was
upped
like-
the editing.
Yeah.
I did say to Kiara, I was like, can you try and make it feel a little bit more like mine? And she's like,
Honestly,
yeah,
no,
absolutely.
it
What do you
It
mean?
does.
What do you mean, Peachy? More shit.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean.
No,
Make it
that was
shit.
a joke. Because we all feel that about our
he's
own work.
right. He's right. My edited
Airlock.
shit.
We all mean that about our own work,
Get
right?
the airlock.
Because I'm sure your editing's fun. Well, I've seen your editing. Your editing's great.
His
not
editing's
great,
great. There
My
was just
editing's
like
very basic.
Kiara's one. It was just like there was some more memes and
Yeah,
like
there was loads of cool stuff, loads of little like.
funny bits.
She just made it humorous. She's
was
very
really- and it
talented.
was.
I
I was
missed a great opportunity
Yeah.
there. I should have
Shout
gone
out
with.
to Kiara if you need editors.
Yeah, I should have.
Yeah,
gone
Kiara,
with.
I'm interested
Yeah.
because
I
like
should have gone
that
with
was
Kiara.
fun.
Can you make it more women with big tits?
She fucking would as well. She'd be like, "Thank you, yes, you have to pay me for this, and this
So
is my
she's now a
best job."
freelance editor.
Yeah, she's trying to expand a sort of range of like. I'll happily freelance for anyone. She's done a couple of videos for Wargames Atlantic for me, and then so I've done some paint guides for them because every now and again they want to cover some of their new ranges because I really like their stuff. I've got a sharp video to do soon.
Is it with the?
Is it the actual
one-
models?
Oh!
So do you know what sharp is? Okay, so
Neither did I before I met Peachy. Neither did I. Don't worry.
No,
You're
don't
okay,
expect
you're
to know.
okay.
Don't worry.
in
it's
the
fine.
1990s,
Okay.
there was before he was Aragon. No,
Boromir.
Boromir.
But close.
Thank
Sorry.
you. Sean Bean, literally.
Before he was Boromir, Sean Bean
Okay.
played a Irish.
My God, Rob, you're destroying this.
You tell him. You tell him.
Aragorn was an Irish Napoleonic.
He was a Napoleonic sergeant who rose through the ranks in the war in Spain. The
This is a
Peninsular War.
TV show.
Yeah,
TV
yeah.
show, 90s. It's very sort of like,
We talked about this at Adepticon.
yes, we did. It's action adventure. It's not historically accurate. It is based on history, but
In
a
a
load
fun
of history
way.
books. were
Whoa,
like,
whoa! It's historically accurate. 3 shots in a minute.
I mean, they do. I mean, that is the thing. Unless it's a Baker rifle, you struggle to do that, but it's possible apparently. But yeah, it's one of his early shows. It's got a lot of nostalgia, and I've managed to convince a lot of the folks in the States to watch Sharp. And when I was at Adepticon, where
You
we
were trying
met,
to convince me.
I was trying to convince. Clearly, didn't convince him because he's not watched it
I
yet.
haven't watched it yet.
You're literally like a religious fanatic, like converting. I'm
know.
losing my
I have
mind.
converted a fair few people in the
He
Midwest.
has. He's like Sharp's
you heard of
biggest
Sharp?
influencer
30 to 60
currently.
people at least.
Yeah.
40 years later.
You know what's really weird, right? So I do a bunch of bat reports. They're based on a game called Silver Bayonet, which is like that's Napoleonic horror. It's good fun. It's like
It
a
is
skirmish
fun,
game.
it's fun.
But I've taken the love of Sharp and the love of this game and mixed it together, and I've made Sharp Silver Bayonet. And I've done some narrative. Do you remember the old White Dwarf bat reports, which had like fun stories and stuff? I've tried to like harness that with my bat reports.
Nice.
They don't do very
They're
well.
really
They're not
fun.
like
Yeah.
amazing videos, but I've got a hardcore following. And whenever I met
It's
someone,
cult. It's like
is
a B,
cult,
it's
yeah.
like a cult B movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Most
Yeah, it's
people
like The Room.
It's like The Room.
Yeah, yes, I
There
know
you
the
go,
room.
yeah.
I
Oh,
know that
good
reference.
job.
Yeah, I know the
Good
room. But when I was at Adepticon, most things that people approached me at were talking about Sharp, and I was like, "But this is weird."
So it's working. The sermon is working.
Yeah, he's got
definitely
a
working.
cult following.
Yeah.
I've got a cult following. Of
That's
Sean
good.
Bean.
I love that.
But what was the point?
You are getting the so
You
the
were
Wargames
explaining
Atlantic.
Sharp. You were
Wargames
explaining
Atlantic
Sharp.
were releasing a sprue specifically based on Sharp.
Yeah,
And
yes.
then yeah.
It was
Very
Peachy's
cool.
biggest, best day ever.
Yeah.
Best day.
Yeah.
I weed several times from excitement. when I
Birth of
kept
his
seeing
son, maybe second.
Yeah.
Charlie.
Charlie.
Sorry, Liz.
But the sprue.
It
it.
was
Wedding maybe third.
maybe. It was Peachy's biggest, best day ever
Yeah.
when they were like, we're releasing an official Sharp miniature, and Peachy just pissed
And
everywhere.
it's not just the one. They're going to do the rest of his chosen men. Bastard. Bastard.
Then he called
So-
back. They called him up and he's like, "Wait, hold on, but does Sharp have?"
An Irish voice.
No. So like, what if Sharp? Like, what if?
I
wouldn't
don't
it
know
be-
where this is going.
wouldn't it
I
be
will scoop
cool?
big tit. In
Like,
fact,
Sean Bean?
Jason, if I gave you a shot, would you scoop some big titties on it for me?
How small can you get those nipples?
I want them per as if it's
When
like.
Peachy does boobs on miniatures, those nipples are.
No, I do nipples.
We're gonna
not
make him
boobs.
cut glass.
Yeah, my nipples look like someone stuck marshmallows to the boobs.
They're,
way
they're
more
sisters-
information than I knew we were
sisters,
gonna
not
get.
Just
twins.
like, oh Lord, these nipples are coming. They're not quite big.
I'll make sure the workshop next year has a nipple segment.
Peachy would be
I'm
so
attending.
happy.
He pre-booked
Honestly.
tickets.
Yeah, we just talked about this before we went live.
What?
I love Red Sonja, you love Red Sonja, you love Red Sonja. I'm going to get a naked lady and you're going to show me how to sculpt a chainmail
A
bikini.
miniature, to be very clear.
No, I'm going to get a naked
To
lady.
be
No,
clear.
no, an actual naked lady and we're going to do it in green stuff. I'm going to spend all day doing it.
Oh, there we go.
All right, nice.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
there.
good.
I'm in. Rob, ban, get out.
He's just in.
You can be in. Do whatever you
It's
like.
like our plan where we all want to go to what's it called?
Hooters.
Hooters. but
Nottingham
Rob's not
has
allowed to
Nottingham
come.
has England's only Hooters.
Really?
which
Yeah.
Oh,
obviously.
is there only one now?
There's only there might have been one more somewhere else.
I thought there was a few.
I thought,
No,
oh,
there's
no.
not a few. There's not a few.
How
Actually,
many-
those were just
have you been?
McDonald's at 3 o'clock in the morning.
many years ago. But like Louise, and a couple of my other friends, like Oscar and Toby, who have no interest in going to Hooters.
And
but
we're all the most anxious humans in the
they're all
world.
very anxious, but like they're all going to go on an anxious day trip to Hooters.
We're,
Which would
all
be.
just- we're not going to look at anyone or talk to
Hello,
them.
ma'am.
On the flip side of that, so
Literally.
my first year at Las Vegas Open, I went with Dermot and I
Oh,
went
God.
with Dan Bradshaw. Shout out
Yep.
to Dan and Dermot.
Shout out to Dan.
And we were going to go to a place called Twin Peaks because we thought it was about Twin Peaks.
Oh my God, no!
And Dermot was so excited to eat some blueberry pie. He was like, "I love Twin Peaks. I
Cherry.
want to have some." Oh, is it cherry pie? I thought it was blueberry
believe-
pie.
That's so adorable that you thought Twin Peaks was about.
It was definitely not
I did
what
as
we
well,
expected.
and then I went on TikTok and I was like, why are all the staff uniforms fucked at the Twin
Like,
Peaks? Like, I
yeah.
don't remember
Yeah.
this episode.
This-
I will say they had a
fucked.
very
Yes.
nice cold Bud Light.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Anyway,
Prob-
Twin Peaks
probably the
is-
most popular drink there.
Twin Peaks is
Cold
similar
Bud
to
Light.
Hooters. But yeah, I didn't know either.
Yeah.
And then when all the lassies were like, unbox my Twin Peaks uniform with me, I'm like, great. This is going to be some freaking spooky ass shit.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, little coochie huggers there. Oh, Lord.
we actually got me and James Marvin one year got
The
talking
term coochie
to.
huggers is outrageous. That's outrageous. It's an outrageous
Oh, no.
thought.
Little coochie
I just realised what you meant by that.
No.
Oh
Coochie
no!
I
hugger.
could- Oh no, a butt swaddler. Any of that.
We can say Fanny and it means something different to him.
Yes.
That's
It
true.
definitely
does.
That's true. That's true.
means butt
Okay,
there.
so Peach, but everything's going well so far.
Everything's going well. I've got another video for part 2 of my 5 leagues, but it's more the battle as opposed to the.
I will say you do seem maybe this is just your Sunday energy, but you do seem much more like relaxed. Is the post Peach Con kind of like
Yeah.
like not as many things to organise?
There's just now like the thing where, because I'm getting a lot of people asking when we're going to get a figure that I can buy. I just need to understand how that
Yes.
works.
Yeah, and let me know
make
because
that.
I'll paint one.
Yeah.
And then I'll
I need
paint
to
it.
get-
has
I'm gonna
also
put
got a
you on
mini
so many
of
space
himself
marines.
as a Napoleonic fella.
That
Fella.
was Tom's idea. He
good
kind
idea.
of just did it, and then it was just like, here's Rifleman Peachy. or
Peachy,
we call it
Tom has a
Officer.
habit of just doing stuff and then it's really good.
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
it's like, ah, thanks.
And then he
I
sent me
guess.
one. I painted it. Then he made a box, and I was like, I guess we're selling this at PeachCon then.
So now there's
Oh,
like an official
yeah.
Peach miniature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
Pretty-
you need to keep like a stack of here so we could give it to guests
I
on
need to get
Juggz.
Tom to make some more.
Tom.
Well, he's on his honeymoon.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, have
He's
fun,
having a holidays.
Tom.
He's in Disneyland.
Yeah.
I want to get Tom on Juggz so we can talk about Disneyland with him because I have so many questions.
You could just ask him. He's your friend. You
What?
could just ask him normal
No,
questions.
this is the only way I talk to people.
That's true.
It is actually
That's true.
Anyway, Rob, how's your week been?
Oh,
Yes.
we're going to me?
Yeah.
My
That's
week.
okay.
Still not necessarily got no anemia. Still a little
We're
essence.
maybe running at 9.5 irons.
Nine-
Yeah,
9.5
maybe 9
iron.
to 15 irons. Who knows? But I had. It was a bit of a lame beginning to the week because Games Workshop have just released a couple of new books. They did a Fleshy
dare
Corpse book
they?
and a Nighthawk book. And unfortunately, the Nighthawk book is very, 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 very dull.
Oh.
How is it something that dull? How is it not
So-
just like a little bit dull? How is it like so like Snore Zone, Lame City?
I was struggling with this a little bit this
Grown
week
zone.
because I think that's a really interesting question. Because like, if you
Yeah, how is it that bad?
You love music, right?
I'm
but when
known
you hear
to.
something and you're like, this sucks, like you know, like you instinctively know.
Just skip down
Falbjorn,
here.
do you listen to Arion?
Yeah.
I love Arion, but their last 2 albums just haven't slapped for me.
I haven't heard him in a while, so.
There's probably a reason for that.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I feel, where I'm like, this is one of my favorite artists. Everything they've done for the last 15 years is just like banger after banger after banger. And then they released one. It was a bit like, eh. And then the last one they released, I really didn't like it. I was so sad in my heart.
Yeah.
Well, so similar to that, I guess.
Also,
but
Megadeth did some AI videos recently. Very sad.
very sad.
All the boomer old bands just
They
fucking
love it, though.
They're off
They
the
love
chain.
it.
Yeah,
They
They're
love
so
it.
old
They
though. Like
are,
Axl
yeah.
Rose, I think did
It,
like.
it'll be like magic to them, though. You got to remember they were around
Yeah,
and you were like,
exactly.
they were like smoking
No, but when they
in
were-
petrol stations,
No.
kicking people.
No, but
they're
imagine,
poor.
oh Jesus, imagine going from, you literally cannot see a picture of a badger unless you go to the library
Yeah,
and get
that's
a
me.
book on it.
Yeah, yeah.
Going to, you can have a badger do whatever you like. It can
backflips.
backflips, little hats, kiss your family on the forehead and
Yeah.
then backflip with a little hat on. Like, I think I would be all over it. Like, they don't fucking get it.
They don't know.
They
Yeah.
don't know.
They don't know.
Yeah. So I'm a
And
bit
that's
more
okay.
forgiving of
Bless
when,
'em.
like, the older ones are
I will
like,
say one thing I've really enjoyed this week is being super bigoted towards AI though. Like, because there's a term for it. Like you call them clankers.
hard R.
Yeah, clankers.
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or as
So
I was called
clankers are
it,
people that use AI? Or?
No,
No,
clankers
clankers,
are AI. So
they're the
basically,
AI.
there's this new trend, which is
Oh.
being racist towards
Fracking
AI.
Cylons,
yeah,
right?
exactly. Fracking Cylons.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
Cylon.
doesn't like the clones call like droids clankers?
Yeah, that's where it
Yeah,
comes
that's where it
from.
comes from.
That's where it comes
Right,
from.
yeah.
Although I was
Yeah.
playing Admech yesterday.
He's like,
and
fucking tin skins.
like, goddamn tin skins.
I don't know how I feel about it.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it either, but I've enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And no one is hurt, I think.
Weirdly, we got that once with Live when me and
someone
Wade
call you a clanker?
referred to an elf as a knife ear. And they're like, oh, that seems... I'm like, they're not real. But does that matter? I don't know.
Real racism's real, and that's what you're
they
ripping
have this in
off.
D&D now, right?
Yeah.
They've moved away from racial abilities.
Yeah.
Like, so as to, like, you know, there's not like
So
a
like
good...
humans, elves have like special abilities, that kind of
Yeah,
thing.
they moved away from that. Well, I
Everyone's
think...
got night vision, baby.
Yeah, I'm
So
talking about
humans.
I'm talking about RPGs, and I know, as we all know, I know nothing about
Yeah,
RPGs.
tell us more about RPGs.
All right, Weasel
Rob.
G.
Yeah.
Weasel G.
And I know nothing.
That's a throwback.
Deep lore.
Yeah, like music or like a movie
Yeah.
or like something
yeah,
else.
we were
Like
talking
my
about
my
smart
expertise is like I'm not a good painter or a good sculptor, so
Disagree.
I couldn't really I couldn't judge Gone Demon or like be anything like
You're a
that.
good
but-
chop though.
Yeah, great at slap.
You're
Chop
so
chop.
good at
Oh,
chop
so
chop.
good at chop chop. But like, I read
We
a
need
lot
to
of
make
I
chop
read a lot of
chop.
rule books.
Yeah.
And like, and I play a lot of games, and I read a lot of rule books. And when a book is just like, it's not that it even misses; it just fundamentally like failed at every step. It wasn't interesting. It wasn't indicative of what the army was trying to do. Like, you know, a good example would be oh god, what are they called? Not called Spirit Host. The cavalry, the undead cavalry, the ghost cavalry.
Yeah.
Called
Hex
Hex
Race?
Race.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
They're called Hex Race. They are an undead horse. It's a ghost with a spirit of an undead cavalryman carrying a scythe with a
Sick.
flaming
Sick.
lantern.
Dope.
And you're like, what's its special rule? And its special rule is when it charges, it does D3 mortals. And you're like,
So, like,
Like,
if that was me, I would be like, can turn invisible for like a turn to do an extra like 3 movement or something like fun like that, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'd
Sounds
want it to
fun.
move
Yeah,
through
right?
the unit.
I should be the. No.
You
Yeah.
roll to cause damage as you go
pass
through the
through.
unit.
That's
good.
And you just pass through.
Pass
Yeah, so
through
it's-
walls.
Fun.
Yeah.
Remember Pass Through
Oh.
Stone from Hero Quest?
Yes, yeah.
The
Yeah.
little the
But don't get
guys
stuck
that-
in the wall.
Don't get stuck in the wall. Instant death.
That's fun. That's
Yeah.
the rules that
Yeah.
these boys remember.
yeah, and also fun is subjective, right? So like when people ask me like, is this book fun or is this thing fun or is this game fun? I'm like, it's so subjective. Like it's really hard for me to quantify. So I think sometimes now what I try and do is I try and work out if a book is trying to create a couple of things. Is it trying to tell the story of what the model or the army is doing?
What, like pass through walls and shit?
Exactly. And is it trying to create like interactive points on the tabletop?
What does that mean?
So like, a good example would be like in Warhammer, like in Old World at the minute, like you have leadership.
Yeah.
If I lose combat, then like I might have a stubborn dwarf who's leadership 10.
Yeah.
So they very rarely run away from combat, which
Yeah.
makes you think exactly of what a dwarf does.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
like if
Stubborn,
what
yeah.
would a dwarf do? Would he run away from combat? Literally never.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Elf.
It would rather
yes.
die than run away from combat.
Exactly,
Yeah.
right? Like so, but they do have they have leadership 10 and it's rerollable. So it's unlikely, but it's not impossible.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
yeah.
So I think what's happened in some of the mainline games is they've developed a lot of totality. Yes or no, like 1 or 0. And in this, there's some shades of like, there's some variance. And that variance creates a lot of like emergent narrative, which is
Ooh, big
really
word.
fascinating, where
big
like
words.
the
Big word.
dwarfs often don't run away. But sometimes it will run away.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, and then you could tell a story like that dwarf king was a coward or whatever.
Wait,
it
what
might
was the
be.
one that Andy had that just tried to kill himself in a lake of
He had
crocodiles?
a dwarf slayer.
That was it.
The dwarf slayer rules are quite fun. They have a rule where if they die, your opponent doesn't get the points for them because
yeah,
he's
because
a dwarf slayer.
they took
Yeah.
their own victory, right?
Yeah. But we did an event with a bunch of rivers, and so the river was dangerous. So Andy just kept running this butt-naked dwarf up and down the river to try and kill himself. It was very.
So that his opponent couldn't get the point, and we were like,
That and the saga was born.
Yeah. Oh, soggy bottom.
Yeah,
Yes,
groggy,
yeah.
groggy
Yeah.
drowned butt.
Yeah.
it was quite, it was good.
So unfortunately, my week started off with reviewing that. I'd reviewed the Flesh Eater Corpse one on Friday, and while it's a little bit more exciting, it wasn't. Age of Sigmar has lacked that kind of like
Flavor Town.
Yeah, and again, it's really hard to explain because like rules are things a lot of people don't really care about, which is fair, like super fair. But ultimately, it's a language like music, it's a language like art, and when they don't care,
Works for you.
It's just super boring.
I like really shit music. I want to make it very clear.
Yeah, I mean, I like really shit rules sometimes.
Give me
that are,
that
like,
same
super
chord
dumb.
progression every day.
So that was a rubbish start to the week, but I did it. But then also,
It's no fun for you
also,
when things are shit as well.
No, as a reviewer, it's rubbish when it's shit. But also, I try really hard to be like, there's probably thousands of people out there with thousands of pounds worth of minis, and they're like, this is their book for the next 3 years.
Yeah.
So they're like, it's really lame of me to just be like, I've read it, it's shit. Like, so
Yeah,
I
it kind of yucks on their
Yum.
yeah, yucks on their yum. So I try and only
And if
edit
it is like music, it is completely subjective. Like I said, I like some real bad shit.
Yeah, and there were some comments that people were like, oh, actually, Rob, I don't agree. I think like I'm really going to enjoy this playstyle of just standing and getting charged and hopefully winning.
That sounds
and I'm
fun.
like, yeah, like whatever. So it was a weird start because the responses are also super negative. So I don't really want to make the video, and I don't really want to respond to the comments because, like,
You have free will. However, you do review everything.
yeah,
so.
I review everything, and it's just really, it wasn't even bad because it was bad. It was bad because it was just so lazy.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so boring. And I'm like, and I said in my review, I was like, no one asked you to make this. Like, you had all
thought
the
they
time
did.
in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, like, but I mean, over a 3-year cycle, like, no one's got a gun to their head and is like, you must release this summer 2025.
So
I
I
see.
used to have this when I was in publications.
Okay.
Like they'll be having like a debate of like, oh, this is not working. We're not, and we'd always like go, only we know we're going to release this. So if we don't,
True,
no
yeah.
one's going to know.
No, the
one's
customers
upset.
aren't like
Maybe we should just
TikTok.
leave it and then make it better.
Yeah.
Then release it because no one's going to suddenly go, but I thought the studio was going to release this book because only we know.
Yeah.
So it's very
Maybe
weird
that's
to
why
do
they
that.
haven't been. They put off doing roadmaps for so long.
Yeah, and the conversation's also really murky as well because so many of the conversations are about, is it strong? Is it good? Like, that's a question I get asked, like, what's good? What should I buy? I want to play games with it. What should I buy?
What's Winnie?
Yeah, what's winning?
Yeah.
And like, and those aren't necessarily correlated with, is it like interesting? Is it exciting? Does it have any of these things? So that was a bad start to the week. Got the new Cathay book. So I reviewed the new Cathay book this week as
How
well.
was that? Are they fun?
That was interesting. There's also like a little bit, unfortunately, like noise around Cathay because they've ended up being a little too strong when they've been released.
Yeah.
Especially the balloons, which is it's really funny. But
Balloons.
the strongest thing
It's
in
the
the old
paper
world
balloon.
is the paper balloon. Yeah, they're
It's a
like,
fun model.
yeah, they're like the little table with the bow buds in the
Oh
middle
yeah,
of the
it's such
balloon.
have you seen these miniatures?
With the balloons.
So
Yeah.
delightful. But on the inside, there's like a nice little table scene with like some little bao buns and
I love a
some
bao bun.
and it's like, oh, this is quite pleasant.
But if you're at a tournament like, and someone walks over with 3 balloons, you're like, fuck,
Yeah.
I'm gonna die.
What did you play against them this week?
I didn't play against them. Sweet. I had an event last weekend, so I ran an all world event last weekend. Toby
Toby has a lovely Cathay army.
and he had 1 balloon. Anyway, yeah. So that book came out.
Can I just clarify something? You said the new book. So is this just the book, or has there been a book and now there's another book?
It's an expansion.
Okay.
Expansion. So they're doing this really cool thing in the old world where they've launched the game and they've launched all the armies. And then a really fun thing that they're doing now is they have an an ongoing narrative. And so the Jade fleet has left Cathay, which if you've looked at the old world map is a real long distance.
Yeah.
That's
And
very
has left
far.
Cathay and has gone to, the Warhammer fantasy that we all kind of know and
Yeah,
love
yeah.
around the Empire and stuff. And they've-
Europe.
Yeah, Europe. Yeah, they've turned up in Marienburg and they're like there
Oh, that's
because
cool. What are they doing there?
well, they're there because Friday the Chainmaker from the Chaos Waste is like
Bless you, my child.
Pardon me.
Friday the Chainmaker has emerged from the north, and there's like each one of these expansion books has brought some new sort of army. This one is Cathay, but you can add some Empire in.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, fun.
I was going to ask because I was getting worried because when you said they turned up to Marienburg, I know that's Jordan's sorcerer's army, and I was like, have they killed and wiped out Marienburg?
No.
Well, they can't because like it's set in the past.
I mean, we did because we blew up the old world.
Yeah, but this iteration of the old world is set like kind of before.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so they're still
got ya.
there.
It's,
in the,
300 years
Got ya.
before the Chaos War.
Exactly,
So it's like a
exactly.
while ago.
Got you. So
Actually.
yeah. Actually.
But interestingly, that video did kind of. The book is actually quite a few bits. The other bit is really, really fun.
Okay.
They have terrain generators in them,
What
which
do you
is
mean?
just a 2D.
I love any generator. Oh, I love books with generators in them.
It's
Okay,
like a
tell
2D.
me.
It's like a 2d6 table. So
Yes.
we recorded the video separately because what I didn't want was the video to have like an hour talk of terrain in the Cathay bit because videos don't really work when it's a bit of everything.
Yeah.
Right.
Except for Juggz.
Except for Juggz, obviously.
Well,
And my
Juggz.
channel, apparently.
And also my channel.
Okay. All right. Maybe none of my things work. Maybe it's just a me thing. I apologise.
Robert.
Okay. Chop chop soon.
Can you actually do chop chop?
Yeah, we need to do chop
And then
chop.
get Valbjorn to be like, and then it just
I
cuts back
endorse
to you.
this.
However, like
Chop
as,
chop.
as me and Val were recording the video for it, it's like no one could, we were talking about because they've made rules for rivers, copying me. They've made rules for buildings. They've made rules for
Who would have thought they'd have
No,
do every
Louise,
other thing
Louise,
but
Louise,
river?
the bits in it are really funny. They're like, when you get to the table, you must establish if the river is a slow-moving river or a fast-moving river.
Fast-moving
And I
river.
was like, obviously, this is hilarious. If you end up in the fast-moving river, you've got to do a strength test. And you might move D3 inches sideways.
That's fun.
It's fun and it's stupid.
Especially
right?
if you're a naked dwarf.
Exactly, right? Yeah.
I don't know, would you be more
A little
aerodynamic?
buoyant turn.
And those sorts of rules
I
are
like it.
effectively worthless.
What do you mean?
What I mean by that is that they have no real impact. But what they do have is that thing that I was talking about, where it's that creative
It's
language.
fun.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's not worthless.
But no, because the general YouTube thing around rules, because that's my thing, right? The is like what's good, tier lists, what's the best units, what can I play at GTs, that sort of thing. So when you're
you
reviewing
damn
terrain,
competitive player.
yeah, when you've reviewed terrain and you're reviewing these other things, people are like, I don't care.
Yeah.
So like as me and Val
Do
are
they
going
not?
through.
You should do a video which is the most fun rules in Age of Sigmar.
Well, so whenever me and Val do any video, we never talk about events. Like, we no longer put events in video titles because they just don't do on my channel, Louise, obviously not yours. They don't do well.
Yeah.
Peachy
Anyway,
just did an event video
Yeah.
that did very well. How fucking dare you?
yeah. Well, anyway, the conclusion is though is that as we record the video, I was like, no one's going to care, and then we keep getting deeper in, and I was like, oh
What,
yeah,
until
please.
like the goofy little goober terrain rules. Can you tell us another one, please, Mr. Rob?
Well, as you know, on the wasteland terrain table, if you're
Yeah.
on 2d6, you're on
Of
7,
course, yeah.
you'll get a saltwater bog.
Wall of bogs.
This is fun.
Yeah,
This
no,
is fun. Do
I've
you
got a question.
float?
One of my favourite rules they used to have in Warhammer,
Yes.
and I think it's a great rule,
Yes.
is when you like go over like a bog or a swamp,
Yeah.
you passed an armour save, you die,
Yeah.
because your armour's pulling you down.
Yeah.
But if you
So,
fail
like,
the armour save,
you
so,
get out your armor.
so it's a bit like
something.
Agincourt, where like all the archers that are wearing nothing could just glide across the mud
Yeah.
and then murk all the knights and all the armour
Yeah,
that's
correct,
sinking.
yeah.
Is that in it?
Not yet, but we'll add it in for you.
Fantastic.
Yay.
Yeah.
See, isn't that fun? You
It
should
is.
do.
No, I agree with. As I was going
No,
to do
but
the
you
video,
should do a video which is like the most fun rules in Sigmar world.
as I was
Say
going to do
that
the
again.
video, as I was going to do the video, I was saying this. I love this. I was so excited, and I was like, but no one's going to, because like, what do I title it? Two men go through terrain generation. It's boring as fuck.
Why don't you be like terrain generation table, comma fun?
I just put the old world terrain scandal.
Oh, just got worse. Just got worse.
Like, it just got
You're
worse.
such a dick.
And everyone in the comments is loving it. Because like, as I was going through the video, I was like, oh, all 20 of you are watching right now, fucking come up with some ideas. And it got more views than the Cathay video.
Because you said the terrain scandal.
Yeah.
But the comments are really positive.
That's
All the comments
so
are like,
weird.
you know, because the start of it, I was
This is
like,
why
none of you-
Discourse Minis does
I
it.
love
It
that.
does, it
Yeah,
does
yeah.
well.
Terrain scandal.
the terrain scandal.
Just whatever you have, call it a scandal. Just
Yeah.
be like the hair sculpting scandal.
Just got worse.
The top knot scandal. Just got
also
worse.
the thumbnail, the thumbnail title.
The how
was-
to paint rainbow warriors scandal. Just got worse.
thumbnail was, this is important, but you don't care. Watching it, it's like me and Val be like, oh, a saltwater bog, that'd be quite exciting actually. Oh, a fishing village, love that.
There's a fishing village village?
Yeah, fishing
Tell
village.
me about the fishing village.
Exactly. This
Yeah.
is fun.
No, I agree with you 100%.
But how'd you get him to care?
I'm a
Scandal.
massive
That's the
terrain
most
nerd.
blatant
Yeah.
Like, as we
clickbait
all
I've
know.
ever heard.
Yeah.
Peach came over and was like, "Got any rivers I can borrow?" I was like, "About 108 feet of rivers that I painted."
Oh yeah,
Got a
you
lot
did
of
paint
river.
108 feet
Yeah.
of rivers.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was a
yeah.
real scandal.
Yeah.
Anyway, tell us about the
Fishing
fishing
village.
village.
Then we're moving on now.
No,
No,
we're
no.
not.
There's a video, you
One
can
more-
watch it.
One
Okay.
more
Okay, that's
thing.
Extra
What
views,
happens
extra
in the
views.
fishing village?
The fishing village is like a 6 by 8 inch building, and that's it. Well, that's the thing. It's actually a little bit disappointing because actually the terrain generation, like for the saltwater bog, is just like it's dangerous terrain.
Yeah.
Right. And
But it's a saltwater bog. You can maybe make it.
But I would add a bunch more onto that. Like I would add like some other tables where a saltwater bog could have several different
Is
properties.
this old world?
This is old world.
Based
Ooh,
SDS.
bog witch. Get a bog witch
You
in
could
there.
have a bog witch
Oh,
involved.
summon the big titty troll. A troll
Correct.
with big titties.
Right that down.
Write that down.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
so I think I'm going to add because I'm going to do a new terrain pack soon based in the Chaos
Yeah,
Waste.
yeah.
So I'm going to because I've been doing terrain packs like maps and special rules, and then we've been selling them as like little packets so you can download it kind of
Nice.
thing. It's been really fun.
For your terrain pack for
Yeah.
Chaos Waste, can you have a mill in the middle of desert that does no function
The
whatsoever?
Conan one.
Yeah.
The Conan wheel.
Just a Conan
wheel.
Just
No
a
one knows
wheel.
what it
It's like
is.
send him to
I
the
reckon
wheel. Send
somewhere
him to the wheel.
1,000 miles away in Hyboria or something like that, it's like a little light bulb just flickering. What's that for? I don't know. Just keep spinning.
So that's been my week. I've read some books. I set up for this event this weekend. We ran a Shatterpoint event as well, which was fun.
Oh,
and I
yeah.
also got to
You
play
played some Horus Heresy.
Got to play some
How
Horus
was
Heresy.
Horus
as well.
Heresy?
Well, I was playing, as you know, the Tin Skins.
Clankers. Clankers.
I, for
Clankers.
one, welcome.
It's fun. The missions aren't very good, so I think we're going to design some missions. Me and the other like very high-end
The cabal.
gamers, who I have playing locally, we were all like, "No, this doesn't work,"
Yeah.
because it was just so automatically a win in one person's favor that like
Not fair.
well, it's not fair, no, and also it doesn't scale well. And
Are
like
you
I said,
struggling with the robots?
I'm not struggling overly. It's more the just inherently how you score points is just
Yeah,
weird.
yeah, and that's what I mean. Like, is that particular army something that you
No,
were
it's
like?
also true for everyone else who's playing
oh,
as well.
really?
Yeah, yeah.
What's the army that's beaten everyone?
No, it's not that the army. No.
Oh.
So the actual mission. So what happens is you score points for holding objectives. That's the only way you score points.
Okay.
There's a couple of other ways.
Not by killing people?
Not by killing people, which is actually really good. Divorcing. Sometimes I think kill points are intrinsically important, like in Old World, because you kill stuff.
Back in my day.
Yeah, you kill some
Back
stuff,
in
you get
my
some
day,
points. That's
7th
good.
Kind
edition.
of works in a battle though. If you're killing stuff, it's in your favour.
It does,
right?
but the thing with the heresy, and also with the thing with the heresy, is that you have so many points, and the game is quite killy.
Yeah.
That like if you go first, there's been for a long time in you go I go games, there's something called the first turn problem.
Oh, where you go first and then you instantly just have a head up on the...
Of course, if
Yeah.
I kill 500 points, you always start 500 points down,
I see.
right? So like,
True as well, yeah.
yeah. So sometimes that gets resolved with things like reactions or like being able to like reactively do something. That's why alternate activation games are normally really fun and people really like those. So each game has its own like unique problem, and even alternate activations has something called like an activation economy, which is its own problem as well. So there's loads of really interesting
Economy.
facets. Yeah. But I'm bored of talking about it now, so I'm going to
I'm
stop.
not. I want to hear about the fishing.
I want to hear about you.
Yeah, hear about you, Louise.
We
What
heard
have you
about the
been up
fishing
to?
village.
I know, but...
Oh, one last thing. Thanks to Andy Wardle. He came over and he was like, Rob, you're really good at painting. I've heard about Slapshot.
I was going to ask about that
Could
guy.
you paint a marine for me? So I painted this one for him.
Rob,
there
no,
go.
you didn't.
Nice.
Andy asked me on Instagram what Rob's favorite Legion was, and he painted a Space Marine for Rob because Andy likes Rob and it's cute.
It's amazing. Salamanders. I'm doing salamanders
Nice,
next.
very
So I'm
nice.
actually literally taking this home and going to paint. It's really funny. He gave
Did
it
he
to
tell
me.
you how to paint it? Because I bet...
Yeah, no, I know what color. Well, yes and no. He went, these are the colors, also be as good as me. And I was like,
Yeah,
well,
that's
okay,
fair,
part
actually,
one I
yeah.
can
Be-
do.
yeah,
but
be
Be
as
part
good
as,
as
be
me.
as good as me was probably the best advice he could have given you on how to paint it that well.
Yeah, just be good.
yeah, be good.
Stop being shit. Be more like me. I'm the best.
Yeah, but
what he
I do
said.
know at least where to put the right. Like I'm like, oh, that bit
Yeah,
will
it's
be
a
black.
good. It's honestly having a good reference in front
Yeah.
of you is so good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's fantastic. So
Yeah.
I'm really happy about that
Yeah,
because I've got a
thanks.
bunch of
Thanks,
dudes to
Andy.
paint. So thanks, Andy. That was nice of you.
But anyway, what have happened?
What
What
you
about
been up to?
you? What about you? What have you been up to?
Swimming a lot, so I've been doing a lot of splish splashing, which
Drinking
is good.
hot chocolate?
Drinking hot chocolates, loving that,
Sweet.
loving that. I don't really know. I mentioned last week that I like skipped a video upload spot because I was designing Rascal Town stuff.
Yeah.
So now I've been back on the grind. Oh yeah, I accidentally opened a can of worms on Instagram.
Oh, no.
So my next video is one that I've wanted to make since I started my channel. Like, this is a video idea from like 2023, which I kind of dug up because I was like, yeah, I'm ready to do this now. And it's like all of my hobby recommendations. And I think by the time this is up, it might be out.
Yeah, it will be. Yeah.
Okay, good, great.
This will go out
So
next week.
yeah, great. So you can watch it now. So it's like, I've been painting for like 10 plus years. Here's everything I use in my like weekly rotation. And here's the things I like. And here's the things that I think you don't need to spend so much money on because you can get it cheaper. Just stuff like that.
Yeah, it's good.
So one of the big ones, so the two big ones are paintbrushes and paints. Like that's, I'd say 50% of the video is paintbrushes and paints.
Has this become a rabbit hole for you?
Yes.
Oh.
So paints I'm pretty good at because I've tried most paints. And I say in the video, I don't think I know a paint brand that is actually bad.
Yeah.
Which is really good for the consumer. Like, there's no paints that I've tried that I'm like, oh, this is unusable and I wouldn't recommend it. And it tends to be the case that wherever you look online or whenever there's a discussion, people always say a different brand's their favorite. Like, loads of people say Army Painter, Vallejo, Pro Acryl, Citadel. Like, every single paint brand has a ton of people that it's their favorite.
who's stand it? Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not so like, I'm like, my favorite, I use about, I'd say a 50-50 split of Citadel and Pro Acryl these days. And I think that's quite controversial because I don't think a lot of
That's a big
people...
move from you because you moved away from Citadel only really in the past few years, right?
Yeah, but I say this at the beginning of my video, I'm like, a lot of like talent that people associate with like, oh, that's a good brush because, I don't know, Andy Wardle uses it, right? He could use a shit brush, but if he's used a shit brush for the last 10 years, he will develop like, what's it called?
Tricks.
Not tricks, but like kind of
Techniques?
habit. That's the word. Like he'll know how to use that brush really well.
Yeah.
So I say that. I'm like, I've been using Citadel for like 15 years.
Citadel brushes.
No, Citadel paints.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, I know how they work. I know how to get the colors to work, blah, 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 blah. But the paint brushes caused a bit of a scene online because I haven't tried a huge amount of paintbrush brands.
Interesting.
So I didn't think it was fair for it to be fully my opinion, especially if a new person's watching this video, which I hope they do. So I went on Instagram to kind of like ask people what their favorite paint brand was, and there was just so much discussion.
Really?
Like I got thousands of replies.
Wow.
About just paintbrushes. So I did a little...
With not one clear winner.
No.
Okay.
Which is, again, I think good. So there was one clear winner because I did a couple of polls. I did one like poll and it was like Winsor Newton, Citadel, Army Painter, and Artis Opus, which I thought were the most popular. Artis Opus was, it was Winsor Newton was the winner. Artis Opus came second, but so many DMs were like Rosemary and Co.
Yeah. Because that's what Artis Opus is based from, isn't it?
Well, this is what we're getting in the drama.
Oh.
So then I did a new poll with like all the top ones that I was sent because I did a little like, oh, okay, so Army Painter isn't in the top 4 actually. So I did it with Winsor Newton, Rosemary and Co, Raphael 8404s. Never heard of them, but it was one of the most popular answers.
Oh.
Okay.
And then I think Artis Opus and Winsor Newton and Artis Opus still came on top, but so many people were like, Artis Opus is just Rosemary and Co, but more expensive.
Oh.
Because I remember talking to Byron a while back on the painting phase chats that we did, and he's very much
Did
against.
Byron do a painting phase?
Yeah.
I didn't know
He's
that.
very much against that opinion because he says they're not.
Yeah,
But-
so a lot of people said they're not.
But he also says there's only three groups of old women in the country that make brushes, and they
This is
all.
amazing.
This is incredible information.
like-
What do you mean?
So it's like
witches?
But no,
Making-
maybe it's like
making tiny
it's a
broomsticks?
conjuring,
Yeah,
this big
tiny,
ball.
I mean, that's all a
Tiny
brush is.
broomstick.
It's a tiny
Yeah.
broomstick.
So the point I got was that they're not, but they get them from the place where Rosemary and Co make theirs. So they are.
The real tea.
And
Peachy.
Tesseract,
Yep.
that's Volt is a different thing.
Yeah.
Tesseract
Tesseract
Minatures, who was
Miniatures.
at PeachCon, he used to work for Rosemary and Co. And I was chatting to him about his brushes. I've been using some of his brushes. Very
They're
nice.
good, apparently.
Very, very,
yeah,
very
they
good.
were close in
Yeah,
the
but they are. He's like, they're Rosemary and Co.
Yeah.
He's open about it.
Oh, so they are rosemary and cone
Yeah,
brushes, and he just rebrands them.
The
Yes,
tea,
he's just
the tea
rebranding.
is the tea is that there's only it's similar in the makeup industry for all the girlies out there.
Okay.
Is that there's only so like I guess old ladies making brushes. There's only about 4 paintbrush manufacturers, like big ones.
Okay.
Right? And everyone buys from them and then basically re-specs and relabels them.
Okay.
And it's similar in makeup, which is why you can get dupes of like expensive makeup for really cheap because it's coming off the same factory floor. They just separate it out and do different packaging on it.
like
It's what happened.
biscuits.
It's what happened with the commodities market recently,
Yes,
wasn't it?
in China.
In China, like when like all the tariffs were introduced, like all the Chinese factories, like, sure, what, fuck it. By the way, we just sell these. Like when they say like this
Yeah, like a
£3,000
Prada
bag
bag, yeah.
is made in Italy. Actually, no, we just make it, send it to Italy. They add a zip, and that's
Yeah.
all you need for it
Yeah.
to be made in Italy.
Yeah.
So the Artis Opus thing is apparently they are different because they have spec'd them specifically for miniature painting, which is why they look slightly different.
Okay.
But it is the same manufacturer and the same company doing it.
I'm going
which is
to immediately
really
throw in my
interesting.
hot take about paintbrushes because I like the ones that are like, you know how you paintbrush with
You
a
like a s-
normal.
you like
I
a
like
stubby
stubby
one.
brushes.
Okay, actually, Rob, you want to know what?
Oh, what?
All the best painters use stubbier brushes.
Well, I am famous.
and this is
Too flimsy and like
Chop, chop, slap chop, stubby brush.
either way. Rob may be secretly the best painter. He might just be
He is.
sleeper build best painter.
No, I'm not. I did an interview with Andy earlier. We talked about legions,
I wanna
and
know
as he
about
was
that.
talking about colors, he was like so lost in the source
He loves
that
those
I like
colours.
knew that I was like not. We weren't even in the same world. You know what I mean? He
What
was
do you
just
mean?
like,
What
you
did
know,
he say?
He was pointing at a green. He's like, you see how this? It was a salamander.
Yeah.
And it was like one page they were green, and the next page they were also green. He's like, but you see how this green is very different. I'm like,
No.
it's the same green. Like, it's the
It was
same.
probably not the
Like,
same.
he's like, this is obviously very different, and I'm
Yeah.
like, what are you?
Was he talking
fucking
about the volumes and like?
I don't care. Like, but I know
He's
that
so
like
smart.
he's like so fucking good at it, and it's the same with Henry actually about brushes. If
Yeah,
ever
but you
spoke-
just get distracted because you think Henry's hot.
Henry is hot.
You can't listen to
If
Henry
you've
for
ever
a second.
spoken to Henry like about brushes, because he knows that like
Yeah, Henry could probably tell me
when
all the
there's
good shit.
sometimes when you have like different geological events, it changes. Like he's like, you don't want to get brushes from like 2016 because
What?
the sable hair wasn't good that year.
Oh, because geologically the ferrets were stressed.
Or whatever it might be.
Wow.
Like he's like
That's
ra-
insane. The
Yeah.
stressed ferrets.
He's like a sommelier of paintbrushes, Louise.
Oh, I remember that.
I remember that
Throwback.
There
word.
we go. They
Throwback.
didn't know what that word meant in one of the
I
We
don't
did
know.
not.
Ah.
I
Never
barely-
heard of it.
Yeah, sorry, we're stupid.
Rob uses a lot of big words
Yeah,
sometimes,
he
and me and
does.
Louise like glaze
I'm not sure that
over.
was a big word. It was a specific word.
Sommelier is not a word I'd
I
have to
can't
pull
stop
out.
thinking about brushes being little broomsticks.
They are.
They are
Yeah,
little
and that's why you like when
broomsticks.
there's 3 witches making them, and like
Yeah.
they're making tiny
Cackling
broomsticks.
away.
What? They're all doing spells.
They're just getting tinier
Flying around
broomsticks.
That's
little-
great.
That's a
It's
good
so
idea for one of
cute.
your chop chops.
Oh, coming
chop.
soon.
For one of your
Chop
chop
chop section.
is a crazy
tiny
way to
witch riding a
rebrand
broomstick.
conversion.
Watch out, Pete the Wargamer. I'm coming
I was
for
about
you.
to say you need Pete. You need all like the best converters to just be like, huh? And then you hard cut to you, just be like, see, he's on board, and he learned off the best, me.
Me, the Chop Chop King.
Chop, chop, kid.
But yeah, there was loads of interesting parts about that video. One thing I'm like wary about doing is recommending things off Amazon. Like we all live in a society
Yeah.
where we all buy things off Amazon, but I want.
I mean, I get it with Temu, but why not Amazon?
I don't know. People, I just don't want to offend anyone because I'm the woke friend.
Okay.
I'm the I'm the friend who's a little too woke.
There's
and
no
I'm
ethical
like,
consumption, Louise, so it's
I
not
know,
that
but
simple.
and I guess I'm recommending like little ferret butt brushes, which aren't probably.
They are ferret butt brushes, Louise,
Yeah.
correct.
So I do say in my video.
That's where they get the hair from. Do you know that? Ferret butts?
Yeah, everyone knows that's what a sable is.
I think it's me who specifically said it's from the butthole region
From the
of a sable.
butthole region. I do say
And
in
I
the
lick
video.
those brushes.
Yeah.
Like, I wish there was a better market for synthetic brushes. But either way, I do recommend getting some stuff off Amazon. And I'm like, am I going to get dragged for recommending Amazon?
I'm not allowed to bring up my hot take about brushes, am I?
What?
About how good you are at painting.
No, you're not, because it's a horrible thing to say. And you're a horrible, nasty little man.
Well, then I won't bring it up.
Good.
I'll bring it up in the Patreon
I
episode.
kind of want to know.
Yeah, I'll bring it up in the Patreon episode.
I've always fancied doing like and it kind of falls into the vein
Yeah.
of yours. I'm not going to do it because I'm sponsored by Army Painting and I like the products and I'll keep using them. But there must be. Oh yeah, I want to talk about this book. I want to
great.
read the back of this in a minute.
Yeah.
But there's got to be, because I remember we did, we had a load of painters come to workshop
Yes.
when Contrast came out.
I remember that.
It was probably, there was two, because it was the first Contrast, not the second Contrast. So I'm not sure which one it was now. But I remember them talking about like the best whites, the best gold, and it'll be interesting to do a video. It's like, which company do you get the best white from? Which company do you get the best yellow
Pro-Krill,
from?
best white.
Which company do you get the best gold from? And that kind of sort
Vallejo,
of thing.
best metallics.
Because like Workshop's Retributor armor is very good.
It's
I mean,
very
even
good.
if it's been done somewhere else,
Do it.
like you said, like painting is so subjective
Yes.
that like what do you think is the best and why is different to what someone else will think.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the comment section in my video because
Okay.
I'm like, use it as an open forum to discuss your own favorite products. I went really hard with the brushes, which is interesting. And part of it is I don't want to recommend something shit to someone or something that they could get cheaper. But I do like Winsor Newtons and I do like Artis Opus, and I am being truthful about what the
But
things
it is
are.
like that 3-bean.
The 5-bean soup
5-bean,
theory.
not 3-bean. 5-bean.
What's the theory?
Oh, okay. So we were talking about this as you guys were talking. So it's that thing where anything you say or recommend isn't going to be for everyone. And it's the theory that a lot of commenters on the internet feel entitled to your content being for them. So the 5-bean soup theory is a lassie on TikTok who is a cook and she does like cooking TikToks, made a 5-bean soup. And she's like, here's my recipe for 5-bean soup. The comments were unhinged. The comments were like, I don't like beans. Why are you making this? Right? No. And then it's like, some of them were like, hey, girly, what would you recommend substituting the beans for if you want to make the soup, but you don't like beans? And she's just like...
Don't make it. Don't make it.
Yeah, so whenever this kind of thing happens, when someone's like, hey, I've made this dress, it's pink, and it's really cute, and someone's like, I hate pink.
Yeah.
What are you going to substitute pink for?
Yeah, like, and it's crazy. Like, and it'll be like, this is really upsetting because I'm actually allergic to this fabric you've used. How am I supposed to use this tutorial?
Wow.
Yeah. So it's a little bit like that. So I do
Very
say at the
subjective.
start, like, I'm sure I'm going to recommend something that you absolutely hate. Or I'll have missed something which you absolutely swear by, but just use the comment section as like an open forum to discuss your favorite things.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's a good
These
idea.
are
It's
just
what I often
like
do
a
in my
very
vids.
honest snapshot of what I use every single week to paint.
Yeah, that work for you.
Yeah, but the problem is, as well, is that a lot of the stuff that I really like, I'm also sponsored by.
Okay.
Or affiliated with.
No,
so
but
at the
that's the
beginning,
reason why you sponsor
just-
them,
That's
because
why
just
you're
be
honest
affiliated
about
with
it.
it's a
them,
bit
yeah.
chicken and
Exactly,
the egg
yeah.
because I'm a fan of Colorforge and that's why they reached out to me, and I'm a fan of Pro Acryl and that's why they reached out
Yeah,
to me. So
yeah.
at the beginning, I'm like, you may not believe me that I'm recommending this, and I'll be really honest about what I'm affiliated with and like what
Honestly,
I got for
I don't get that
free.
anymore. I don't get any like knobby comments about the things I like talking
People,
about.
I think I've started to understand it more because like I don't think a lot of people make it. Some people don't make it clear when they're sponsored
Yeah.
or affiliated.
People do not.
But at the same time, I think 90% of people are really well-meaning,
Yeah.
and they're not like out to make a like I don't know, recommend something that isn't good.
Yeah.
I think a good advice is always, it's not that people are against you, it's people are out for themselves. And once you understand that, like
Well,
you can
I'm
take a
trying
lot
to-
of like venom out of what you think people are trying to do.
I guess so.
Yeah.
But I'm actively trying to make a video to help people, not push
Yes.
An
like
agenda.
affiliated.
Yeah,
I think people know
items,
you
like-
only try and
Yeah.
help people.
Yeah.
at least.
Yeah, but I know some people are going to be like, oh, of course you say Pro Acryl, you get like £10 off every like whatever sold and stuff. And I'm like, I
Definitely don't. Yeah.
I just don't.
They're
don't
also
know.
good paints.
They're I know, that's the thing. They're really good
I
paints.
keep meaning to do a thing at the end of my videos where I'm like, I have an affiliate link for Army Painter, and if you use it, you get 5% off. And I always forget to do
I'm
it.
putting no affiliate
Always
links in this
forget to do
video. None.
No,
like,
it's- and that's
I
wise.
usually
That's
do in my
wise.
videos, do like
Yeah.
my affiliate links for like Pro Acryl and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, on purpose, I'm like, no, I'm really trying to make it
Do
very
they get
clear.
a discount if they use those links?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah, they do.
not-
Then
yeah,
you should put them
a-
in there.
No, because in this specific video, I want it to be really clear.
I
You have
see.
to understand
Yeah,
Louise,
in every other
Louise is
video.
allergic to even the very hint of a negative reply.
I see.
I
Like,
would die.
I mean,
like
technically,
I said,
you're right.
I'm very sensitive.
She would help people out with their financial burdens by giving them that discount, but she's choosing to make it harder for them.
Fuck, you're right.
don't put
Oh, no,
Sophie's-
he's right. Because, like, if I'm recommending people buy these
That's what I'm
things...
saying. Yeah.
Oh, know. I'm gonna ask
think
my
in
But that
description-
goes back to the beginning of the video where you're being honest and upfront about how
Yeah.
this is what works for you.
You're
This is
right.
All
why
you have to
I'm
do-
affiliated with these companies is because I
And-
love these brands.
And since I'm
Yeah.
recommending you buy it, here's a tip. Oh,
Well,
it's
that's
so
what you do.
But
It's like
why
in
would you
description.
accept an affiliation from a company that you don't endorse their?
Yeah, exactly.
True.
You're an
And you're
honest
right.
person.
I do want to
Yeah.
help them out by giving them a discount
Yeah.
if they
Yeah.
want to actually, especially if they're new.
Just put that in your description. Just
I
like
will.
if you want a discount, here's the affiliate links.
Yeah,
Boom.
I may even go into a large amount of detail, being like, I wasn't gonna do this, but now that Peachy
There's
at
going to be
Peachy
a long,
Tips
there'll be a
told me
long paragraph. Yeah.
before you get to the affiliate link.
Two things, Mr. Reginald P. Valbion, sir. Number one, are you sponsored by any
I wanna talk about-
Millipots? Do Millipots sponsor people?
I'm not. No.
Milliput don't, but
Oh.
they are an
Milliput
extremely
butt?
friendly family-owned company who love people reaching out to them.
Are they?
Yes.
They have shared some of my stuff on occasion.
Oh, did
They're,
not know
they're,
that.
yeah, Milliput are really
They've
based.
been around for
yeah,
a
they
long
seem
time.
they seem cool.
And number two, talking about hobby tools, you actually
Yeah.
craft your own hobby tools.
Yes,
I-
you
yeah.
do.
There are a few sculpting tools that I make by hand that you just can't buy anywhere. It's something
Oh,
that
I was going to ask if I could buy them.
you can. I sell
well.
them. Yeah.
He sells them. He sells
well,
I
them.
you
usually just make them once a year. They're very time consuming to
Oh, I was
make.
gonna say you actually physically make them
Yeah,
and sell them.
I've
That's right.
seen the videos. It's
Wow.
crazy, like very bespoke.
Yeah, so I take a lot of time. I set aside a lot of time to put the energy into these to make
Yeah.
them like I would make them for myself.
Yeah.
And then I kind of sell them throughout the year at classes and stuff like that.
Can you only get them at classes?
Yeah, pretty much,
Darn.
or conventions and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's freaking
You,
cool.
you said because it just takes so much time for you to produce.
that's right. Yeah.
How'd you make them? Do you like
So I
chop
take
the
a
wood
s-
yourself?
Yes,
in the
I do.
forest. Oh my goodness! I was kidding, but that's so
Are you
cool.
going to do the TikTok like chopping wood video, the classic?
Oh,
Because
so my first
I would
try.
pay to watch it.
I need to get ripped first, but yeah.
You can just go for it, man.
Just wear your shirt. You
Yeah,
look great.
Yeah, literally,
yeah.
like we
Lumberjack
don't care.
vibes.
Yeah.
From the
Make sure
women's
it's raining
market.
outside.
Yeah.
Get the energy I need.
Yeah.
I think when I was looking for sculpting tools, the things that were available work really well for other scales. But working in the Warhammer scale, it's hard to find things that are really fine, like really thin.
Teeny tiny.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
And then not just small tip. Like you can find all kinds of people are like, oh, get the dental tools. They work great. But the handles are so heavy. And I like to encourage a really light touch. And so even the weight of it is considered whenever I'm making these.
So-
I want
Wow.
a tool that when you pick it up, it feels, when you put it back down, I want to pick that back up.
That's a very Warhammer related thing as well. Warhammer Games Workshop related thing, because it's just reminded me, it's unlinked an old memory, that a lot of the tooling team at Workshop, they were using tools which weren't fit for purpose for making the molds and making the plastic kits.
Interesting.
And there was a lot of staff that used to work for Rolls-Royce in Derby, which makes like a lot of like nuclear submarines and like airplane parts and stuff like that, moved to Games Workshop because they were making custom tools to make finer detail, and it was like the next step of being like a tool maker.
Oh, that's cool.
To that, move into that realm of like, this is the finest you do for like machine parts, but now we're going to this place where we're making our own custom tools to then use to make like the steel molds and stuff like that.
Interesting.
So that kind of like fits
Yep.
because like there's all these tools out there,
But none of
they're
them are fit for purpose for
dental
the
work and
scale.
stuff.
Yeah.
not for sculpting miniatures. That makes sense.
Interesting.
Do you end up making not enough if you had a couple of years where you're like, damn, should have made 10 more?
Yeah, there's been some. Yep,
Yeah.
Where I just don't have enough left over.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Also, another interesting thing is it really compares to cameras. So, like, I've had this with cameras in that, like, so the way I learn most things, like everybody in the world now, is you watch a YouTube video, right? You get some sort of advice or some guidance. But whenever especially when I was getting Louise's new studio set up, I was like, what camera can I get to?
Oh,
What camera can I
yes.
get to get
Like, what's the best camera?
for like doing miniature painting? Like, you want one with a fast autofocus, but also one with a real good like white balance, like on a bunch of different factors. And like, there is obviously zero resources online because no one knows the answer to that question.
Because so miniature painting's so specific that when we were looking at cameras, it's like, this is the best camera. Sucked for miniature painting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like it just couldn't zoom in enough, it couldn't focus quick enough. So like all the best things out there just weren't fit for miniature
I went through
painting.
that same thing whenever
Yeah?
I was starting my Patreon and trying to capture what I was doing, because
So
even the
hard.
tutorials I was trying to look for and find, as different references of what I want to do. Like, oh, I'll go out and see if there's any other sculpting tutorials out there, learn from those.
Not
I just
a
couldn't
lot.
find what I wanted to see. And a lot of times things weren't in focus.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought to myself, I was like, okay, I really want to offer people something that they can really see exactly what I'm doing. And I ended up using just a webcam that
Really?
worked for me. Yeah, I
way.
use a Logitech Brio.
Did it
That's-
work good?
I still use it.
Really?
I tape it to the bottom of my magnifier, and I work about 2 inches from it.
Wow.
And so, I buy a 4K Brio and I drop it to 1080p.
Okay.
I always record at 30 frames, so it doesn't have to work too hard.
I
And
would
if
never
it's
have thought it was a
I fix the
webcam.
focus so it doesn't autofocus, so it's just always, I just work within the focal depth, and it ends up working for me.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't
Yeah.
autofocus anymore because
No,
I'd
I
always
stopped,
find
yeah.
myself, it would just focus on like my finger or
But
something.
I asked other content creators and stuff what cameras they use, and they were all super expensive.
Yeah,
and,
like these ones, yeah.
and they would have these big rigs up here by their heads, and for me, I needed it to be right because I work through a magnifier most of the time. I needed it to be
Yeah.
right
Yeah,
underneath,
yeah.
and so I can't have a big camera there.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I would never have thought watching your videos it was
But that just goes back to even your video where you're talking about that you're very nervous about posting.
Yeah, what, like, you
but
can
what
get better
works for
stuff for
you?
cheaper
s-
and
like
stuff.
maybe the camera that works for you guys is just like the cameras you're finding
Yeah.
don't work for minis because they're great for all these other things.
Like I say, I really like the Citadel small brush.
Yeah,
I think it's
same.
good.
Yeah,
I think
I've
it's a really good
never
brush.
had issues with
Yep.
that brush.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sure that's going to get some backlash. What else? I'm like,
Well, they'll be wrong
the painting.
because it's a great brush.
With the painting handles, I'm like, I've always used Games Workshop
Yeah.
ones. I'm aware they're a bit top heavy and they can knock over, but I'm not gonna lie.
New ones
it's-
or old ones?
I like the
The big chunky
old,
foot.
I like the old
foot
ones.
plug? butt plug. Butt plug.
Speaking of which, what book have you got with you?
Peachy, what
Oh
the fuck
yeah,
is that?
so this is really
Peachy.
random. It's just a random segment of the episode. So I was in Asda, and there's like a little free book area that you can
I
donate.
love those. Yes.
And this is called Fondle with Care.
Why is that
Right.
on?
Fondle with Care.
Fondle with Care.
What's
it's
the-
Jerry Ransom,
Is
the
it the,
sexpert.
is it the original version?
It is.
Oh,
Not
He's
the
not
not
a
the not the new
sexpert.
version.
He's a sexpert. No, this is a never before published book.
But why
Robert
is it published
Symes.
then?
It is cover printed in the USA, so this may
When?
be familiar to you.
What
I
year
don't
is
know.
it
Are
from?
you
I don't
much
know.
aware of the rise in the
I don't
romantasy
know.
the field?
Can I see it?
Does it have a date? Does it
Fill
have a
me in.
date?
So romantasy, so fantasy.
Yeah.
I'll be here.
Maybe from maybe from lockdown.
No.
Hey guys,
Sorry. She's taking the book off me.
I've taken the book.
Sorry,
I
Robert.
was just explaining the romantasy during lockdown. People, well, it's kind of the Twilight thing where fantasy for a long time was like I think a lot of dudes would read, and then they were like, how do we make it so maybe we get a lot of women reading it?
One werewolf.
And what they just made all the werewolves fuck everyone.
Yeah.
and-
Okay.
It's not
Yep.
bestiality if he turns into a guy occasionally.
Exactly. But it's an exploding industry.
Yeah.
Like, just last year alone, it's worth like
Literally
$4.5
and
billion.
metaphorically.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's exploded like
Twilight
absolutely
kind
huge.
of like reignited it a little
Also,
bit.
TikTok girlies also reignited it as well.
They're
There's,
feral.
Like, they're feral.
They're absolutely
Yeah,
feral.
the TikTok girlies
They're
love
insane.
it. And is that what that is?
1968, we worked it out.
1968. This was made.
Nice.
Okay.
I just want to read the back.
Is that what you do a canoodling
Yeah,
about?
yeah. We're trying to find the dates. We're trying to find the dates.
It's usually in the front. I was
So
right.
I'm just going to do a little readout. This tells you all about this book.
What's she
I'm-
doing on the front?
I don't know.
I fucking
I
need
don't
to where her
know.
ears are.
Why is he welding?
Her eyes say bedroom, but her legs say accident and emergency.
Dear God.
ER.
All right,
Dear
hit-
God.
Right,
hit with
okay,
it.
you ready for this?
Yeah.
No.
Dr. Friendly Love was a dish, a delectable dreamboat, the kind men like. She was
The kind men like.
yes, Dr.
What?
Dr.
All right.
Dr.
Very
This is
progressive.
progressive for
Very
1968.
progressive for
Let's go.
1968.
She was
All right,
also-
Also,
that's
we're
good.
assuming doctor's a man.
Yeah,
That is
yeah,
not
yeah.
good
Wow,
of you.
you're
Yeah.
right. Well
Yeah.
done, Louise.
Yeah.
Thanks
You're
for
the
checking
problem.
me. I'm
Anyway,
the problem.
continue.
Yeah.
She was a brilliant super scientist who discovered and harnessed lovicles.
This is fucking woke.
Lovicles?
He's the
Lovicles.
scientist, and the doctor's
Basic
also a lassie.
particles, more numerous than neutrons, more potent than protons. When zapped through Dr. Love's handy-dandy ray gun, lovicles made girls invisible. And Buck Rogers never had it so good as our boy Jerry Ransom when the unseen but still insatiable chicks get hot on his trail. But that's just for openers. Dr. Friendly Love, paradoxically enough, is the leader of the hippie nippies, luscious lovelies who believe that women's greatest assets should definitely be displayed.
Hell Yeah.
Which makes for confusion, particularly when Friendly and Jerry are in the middle of 2 Latin American revolutions at once.
Latino baddies, let's fucking go.
With settings like LSD University and the torrid land of Sexo Mucho, with swingers like Rita Wriggles and Lady Alice
I've
Wants
lost
It.
the plot a little bit when the Latina baddies
Also,
came.
how long is no offense? How long
nearly-
is the back of this book?
Nearly done, nearly done, nearly done.
It's the whole book.
Last sentence.
This is the first chapter.
Last sentence. Our far out sculptors more kicks than ever between the torture chamber and the firing squad.
Why is this torture chamber a firing squad?
You need it for the drama,
can
Louise.
This is...
You've got to read random pages from that from there.
I'm reading page 69.
No, we're not going
Page
to.
69? What's it got?
We're not going to.
Oh, well, you committed now.
A shoreline appeared some hours later, just as we were finishing our hearty lunch of sex emotion cornflakes and sex emotion coffee.
Sex emotion coffee.
Sexamuchian.
Speaking
That's the Latin country they're from.
They've
Sexamuchian.
just written a normal book but added
They
sex.
just add sex. Yeah.
How long is it until we are at the sex emotions shoreline? I asked excitedly when the excitement had died down.
I guess it begs the question: when do we get sex space marines?
Oh, that's what I want to know.
Yeah, that's the real.
The sexperts
The sexperts.
of combat, close combat.
Okay, well, listen. While obviously the next thing we're all doing is reading that book.
I'm doing
Let's-
it right now. What do you mean next?
Let's assume not. What is the next thing for everyone this week? What will you be doing
Reading
for
this
this week? And what's the future hold for Mr.
Future
Reginald P.
hold.
Valbjorn?
Well, the Space Wolves just got refreshed, so I've got a lot to dip in with there. So
Would you like to borrow this book?
Book club. I
I'm
think we
good.
can all find it online for
Show it
maybe
to Mrs.
pennies.
Valbjorn. She might enjoy it as well.
Yeah.
my next event is Monte, which I'll attend in November.
Nice, lucky.
Yeah, so I'm going to that. But yeah, just a lot of converting and sculpting. Just practice.
Nice.
That's a big. Monte Sansevino is a giant. Well, not giant, but it's a very
Prestigious.
prestigious
Yeah.
like miniature modeling event.
I would say. Yes, that one.
Yeah.
The one in Italy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice. Need to
Yeah,
go to that
very,
some
very
point.
I want to go. Maybe see you there.
You should
Maybe.
go.
I would love to.
Everyone says
You
you should go,
haven't been?
Louise.
I haven't. I've never
very
been.
fun.
I hear it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
it's fun.
so I really want to go.
Do we just drink wine and like
You
eat
can,
olives?
absolutely.
And bread?
Apparently, you just eat a lot of really good food, get a bit drunk, and look at some amazing minis, and try not to break
I
them.
mean-
And
These
he
are
said
incredible.
it was the thing he's most proud of winning.
Oh.
He won best painter at that. Maybe last year or the year before.
Yeah, it's
Year
really
before,
fucking
yeah.
like I hear it's like the bet. I'd love to go and make a video about it to be like, yo, I thought I knew some good shit, but this is fucking crazy because
You
I
should.
reckon that's what
It's
would
cool.
happen.
Yeah,
You should.
That's my next event, and then back home for more Space Wolves.
That's amazing.
Yay.
That's very cool.
Definitely
Yeah.
next year coming back to show us how to make chainmail bikinis.
Oh yeah,
And
nipples.
nipples.
Don't
Warrior
forget the
women.
nipples.
Oh yeah, boobies
Nice.
and chainmail.
Boobies
You
and
two can
chainmail.
sign up for the class next year if you
I
get
might,
quick
Yeah,
enough.
absolutely.
I might,
Yeah.
I might.
I'm gonna
Gotta
make
get
some
in fast
booby
though. They
ladies.
do sell out quickly.
4
If
minutes
you do,
they sold out
yeah,
last
if you
time.
do,
No
if you
way.
do wanna.
Wait, what?
Yeah, 4 minutes.
Oh, is that Tom information?
Yeah, well, yeah, like we put them on sale and they sold out in like 4 minutes.
Bam.
That's amazing.
There you go.
Yeah.
So if you do want to book a Valbjorn lesson, be really quick about
Be a
it.
scalper, apparently.
Don't be a scalper.
I'm joking. Don't give me side eyes like that.
They're not. That's full on straight eyes. These straight on eyeball.
Peach, what are you doing this week?
This week I am a week ahead. Finally.
Oh my god.
I'm
Wow.
a week ahead in
With
video
back in
making.
action.
I am. I want to do a video about gladiators.
Okay.
That chainmail bikini would have come
Not
really in
not
handy.
the. Oh, I could introduce the old 80s, 90s TV shows.
Remember the Pepsi
well.
commercial that had Pink, Britney Spears, and Beyonce in it?
Oh my
Not,
God!
not as
yeah.
well as you, Louise.
Okay,
Yeah.
well,
No, I do
it's
remember
really
that.
good.
I remember that fondly. Yeah, I've got an idea for a video about gladiators, but I can't do that yet because I'm going to try and get some models sooner than they're out. So I'm going to talk to some people. So I might do a video about scenery. Rob's kindly sent me some rivers. Yes. But I am going to release a video about how to play the battle side of stuff for 5 Leagues from the Borderlands, about Peachy and Remarkable's adventures in that realm. And it's all fun.
And there's a
sounds
little
super
bit of Sean
exciting.
Bean coming up.
There will be some Sean Bean coming up.
Oh.
The figure's not released until mid-September, so I'm
my
going to
God,
get the
so
guide
long.
done, but it won't be available until he's out, I believe.
Exclusive.
Yeah.
Rob, what you doing?
This week coming. Oh goodness.
Oh Lord.
Oh goodness.
Getting your iron levels up to 10.
A hearty 10
I'll have the stat
out
sheet-
of 250.
I'll have the stat sheet to do. Still loads of heresy content to make, which is exciting. I got to do a really fun video with Andy today. There's so much heresy stuff to make, which is really cool. And then going to start working on some old world terrain maps for the whatever the hell that thing is called, the Chaos Waste. So that's exciting. Coming up with rules is fun.
Yeah. Are they all going to be the Warhammer such and such got worse? Scandal?
Yeah.
Scandal.
Cool. Cool.
Games Workshop fucks it all again.
I have an Age of Sigmar event this week coming, which will be really exciting as well. So yeah, and it's quite a busy one, and also really luckily, lots of the people from my chat, because I stream all the time. Obviously,
Are they coming?
like several of them are like bought tickets, so they're also doing it as a
I
pseudo.
do like your chat. They're
pseudo
fun.
hangout as well, which
Can
is
we
fun.
name this video, by the way, with Albion in the sculpting scandal just got
Oh my
worse?
god! Yes!
Absolutely, thank you, Editor Rob. Remember,
The sculpting scandal.
That's got a nice ring to it.
Chop chop when.
I'm also working on the Bat Rep room this week as well.
Oh,
so
yeah.
How's
looking
that
great.
going? Just for an update.
most of it's physically put together.
Yeah,
although
the
I'm still-
bones are in.
Yeah, still waiting for some cross beams, and then it's going to be like doing all the tech. Which
Can we
now
not have nice beams? Can they be friendly?
Yeah, could they not be friendly beans?
Why
Why
do
are
they
they
have to
mad?
be cross all the time?
Okay, all right, good one, guys.
I think we smashed that.
Yeah, you did really well as a team.
Our collective brain cell
I'm
really
just
was working.
channeling dad joke energy.
You did
That's-
great
that's
there.
all.
You
Sorry,
did great there.
Rob.
I've been working. If anyone's really excited, I've been working out a lot about how to reduce reverb in a room.
Yeah.
Yeah, really thoroughly exciting stuff. Reducing reverb in a room.
Oh yeah, that sounds exciting.
That sounds really exciting.
I'm into it.
Yeah, thanks. I'm several tutorials deep. No one cares.
I cares.
No one cares.
I cares.
No, I'm gonna watch him.
Yeah, all right, cool. Whatever.
The
Link with
reverb
video.
reduction scandal.
Yeah, the reverb production scandal.
The reverb scandal just got the reverb scandal.
Well, thank you everybody for watching, and a special thank you to Valbion for being here.
Thank you for being an amazing
Do go
host.
check him. I will put every social link and then I will also ask Louise what. But I was going to finish with asking Louise what she's up to this week.
Smooth.
Not much. Gonna do some painting. Gonna probably cry about something. Get my hair dyed. Do some swimming.
Yeah, give me some shit.
Do some shit.
All right, okay. I have anemia, you know. It's hard to remember
but guess
everything.
what, Rob? I'm feeling making some roast potatoes tonight.
Ooh. Ooh.
This is
This is
massive.
how you get to Rob's heart.
This
Roast
is
potatoes.
massive.
Or
This
It's
is
pickles and
absolutely
Irish.
massive
This
moments.
is huge. Anyway,
All right, well, thank
we've
you
had such a
everyone
great
for
time.
joining
Thank
us.
you, Valbjorn, for being here. It's been
Thank
I'll
you
be
so
sad
much.
when you leave.
Yeah, you are a wonderful person.
I'll be back.
And he is just truly lovely.
He
And
is.
you know I wouldn't say that if I didn't think it. So, see you all soon.
Bye. Love you guys.
Patreon episode. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye. 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 Bye.
Nice.
Can't
There we
believe
go.
we're gonna-